Good evening, hope the sickness has fully left your body.
Good evening, one and all. It's Sunday, it's the end of the week. It is time for us to be jumping in to some more good old Warframe. Welcome on in, everyone. Hope you're doing well where you are around the world. And of course, immediately, a big thank you going out there to Mirrorlab with those 5 gifted subs. That's gone out to That Craze Red, to Seal Jaw, to Tosmani, to Nesta Smoke, and to Thornsboy. And then Porfin, we also have subscribing once again with tier 1, 15 months of it. Thank you very much.
Good luck moving. I'm gonna steal Ladybug next week for a similar adventure, so say goodbye.
Wow, in which case, first of all, thank you very much, the secret one, for the £20 tip there. Wish me good luck on the move. Thank you very much. That is indeed beginning, well, this week. Yeah, it's moving time. And you've got the same going on with you and Ladybug. Well, fair enough then. Good luck with your move as well, absolutely. Both you and Ladybug. Cheers, all 3 of you there supporting the stream. I absolutely do appreciate that. Very, very much so. And Saper1209 saying it's my birthday. Hey, happy birthday, Saper. Happy birthday to you there. Welcome on in. Absolutely. Alright then. So today we have of course got a whole bunch of warframing to do, and first things first, with my illness out of the way, also answering that question for Borfin, I am indeed clear of said illness. I didn't actually get around to doing any of the, Netracell stuff, so let's have a look at what's going on down there, shall we? Let's have a look at what is going on in the world of the Murmur. Do EDA, I'll have a look at it, see what it's like. Probably, but if it's overly annoying, I'll say no. Let's see what we've got. Yeah, fingers crossed, Ladybug. Fingers crossed. I've got Dante. We're doing EDA. We've got Dante. I have got some weapons. I've got some more weapons. And then I've got some more weapons. But I got Dante. So that's good enough. We've got Dante. We can work with the rest of it. Activated ability inflicts damage, but Dante. Gear cannot be used, but Dante. Transference distortion cannot switch out to the Warframe, but Dante. And shortened durations is a bit of an issue, but Dante. So we should be fine. Am I moving? Yes. So this is the last stream from this particular room. Yes, indeed. There is absolutely no reason I will ever be doing another live stream from this room in the future. I will be moving on to a new location. We'll see how well that goes. I have moved house many times throughout my life now. I think this might, if not push me into double figures, it's certainly damn close to it. Who knows how long I'll actually be at this one. We'll see how it goes. Dante isn't excited about the situation. We'll just grumble and make it work anyway. Pretty much, yeah. Dante can make it work. Dante can make it work. That's a lot. It is a bit of a lot. Yeah, I've moved house. A couple of them I can take no ownership of because they were in the earliest part of my childhood. But then there was moving out to university, and then moving to another place during university, and then moving back from university, and then moving out for work, and then moving to another place for work, and then moving to another place for work again, and then a move again. Like, it stacks up. It stacks up. Weapons seem decent, so I could skip the duration. I'm probably just going to grab everything. I mean, no, I could skip the duration. Nah, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I'll run it all. Why not? Let's full send it. So let's see who would like to join in as well on that there. To make it fair to everyone, as I am now just announcing that, I am going to, this time, close all these tabs and now say first come, first serve. First come, first serve. First 3 messages to come through, you can join me on EDA. Includes the 2 of you who've already sent a message. You're going to need to resend and get yourself back in there, because otherwise we'll get a little bit. I've noticed we do get some regulars who do pop it in straight at the start, and for those who have no idea that's going to be an option, it almost feels like they never get a chance, so I'm changing it that way. So we've got Solomir. I need to set myself to not solo. There we go. So we've got Solomir, or Saltamir in this one. We've got Solanzi with a bop. And we've got Mirrorlade. There we go. They were paying attention. They do still manage to secure the spot faster than anyone else. That is fine. That is fine. Lady was saying, it's my second time moving, and that's counting the one was literally 6 months old. I mean, fair do. Fair do. Yeah. Without going into too much detail, I don't remember this myself, but with one of the moves when I was very, very young, I was old enough to have at least some awareness of the move, and not a couple days after we had moved in, unfortunately, for reasons I won't go into, but unfortunately, my mum needed to be rushed off to the hospital. And so there's very young me processing what's going on. My mum is clearly in distress and being taken out of the house. And apparently what I said was, "Mummy, do you not like our new house?" Kids are dumb. Kids are dumb. She's fine, guys. Don't you worry about it. She was absolutely fine. But good lord. What a kid thing to say. What a kid thing to say. Alright, Phantasma, Leto, Magistar. Yeah. Cheers, Ravican. Oh dear. But then again, I am the same person who, again, as a young kid, still getting a grasp of words. I had recently learned about this amazing thing called fireworks.
36 month amused already 2 years. Glad I am not getting older less than 3.
36 month, already 2 years. See, maybe we need to talk about this, really. Maybe we need to talk about this whole getting older thing. Yeah. Sure, buddy, yeah, 24 months. Congrats, thank you. Thank you for your support of 24 months on the channel. Yes, definitely, totally. 24 again, how's it feel? Cheers indeed. So yes, fireworks. Very young me, learning words and learned about fireworks. And oh my god, these brilliant things. They go up, they go bang, and there's colours everywhere. Oh, it's brilliant. But little baby Kengineer couldn't pronounce firework very well. I had got some of the letters together, and they got a bit jumbled up, and it wasn't the greatest. This was a bit of a problem, as one of my mum's friends had come around to visit, and there I was, just in the pushchair, minding my own business as the 2 adults are talking, and then I see in the distance, up it goes, right over there, right behind her. It's a firework, I have to point this out. And so I point up, apparently, just straight at the woman, and I shout firework. But I didn't say firework. Little baby Ken hadn't learned firework. What I did is I pointed straight at the woman and went, "Fuck you!" At which point my poor mum has to explain to this woman what has just happened. Yeah. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I made things easy as a kid, didn't I? I really made... Oh boy. Yeah, children could be stupid in all the best ways. And all the worst. No, apparently this is yet to be ranked up. Oh dear. Is it because of Former? It's because of Former. Okay, this at least has a build. Good. I was beginning to get concerned here for myself. Lato. Oh, that looks like I have a Incarnate. Minimally modded, but modded. I can work with this. And then Magistar. Well, we know the Magistar is doing well, don't we? There we go. Now, if I go combo stick, can I also use it as a combo weapon? It looks like I should be able to. Should be. Let's see. Now, I am going to be lacking in attack speed with this, so I can appropriately mod Dante to fix that. Can I not? If I go for a efficient approach... Yeah, if I go efficient, drop the extra strength, and gain melee attack speed with Arcane Strike, that'll fix it. There we go. So now I could be a melee Dante. There we are, that works. And we'll bring Wim with Verglass, that'll do plenty good work as well. That does can do some good work. Yeah, may well do. We'll see how they all go. But I've actually got reasonably half-modded things today. Huzzah! Because I wouldn't even be mad if a little kid just yelled at me so enthusiastically. Yeah, I've got a few. That's at least one of the more palatable. Young Ken isn't moron stories. That's one of the more palatable ones, and it involves me screaming "fuck you" at a woman. So you know, not a good start. Do I have an Archetytron build I can share? I possibly do. Let's see. I think this is the one where you slam it into the ground and you just keep slamming, yeah. If you're going Slam Kong or Slam Volt. Slolt? No. Flam? No, definitely not. Slam Volt or Slam Kong, I think that should do the trick for you. Rank up or down as appropriate for yourself. The Dispatch Overdrive is really nice, by the way, so yeah, I would see if you can include that as well. But the rest of it, you know, it's build, build, build. Melee influence is melee influence. But we're not using that today. We are using the Magistar. Not that one. We are using literally the Magistar. Because D made this one somehow the better one as a stat stick, and so that's what we're working with. Right. Cheers, Kelton. Cheers indeed. Also, I think I saw earlier someone asked, just in general with the house moving at Snake Raider, will I be moving to a place by myself or with others? I will still be with at least one other in the household. I think just one other in the household. But that is still an improvement on current circumstances, and also that other, I understand, is not, does not have the same constraints on the work that I do in the household. So how I run my streams at the moment, I'm working around others that I share this house with. Won't be anywhere near as much of an issue. I'll have more space to work with, less people to work around. Should be a positive. Neighbours notwithstanding, that's always a crapshoot. Neighbours is definitely a crapshoot. We'll see how that comes together. This place, at least, neighbours, zero issue whatsoever. To put it lightly, Germany made sure of that. So, we have our crew, we have our mission, and I forgot to select it. I live in a bombed city, yeah. It suffered greatly during the war, and so neighbours that way aren't. That's the simple fact of it. There would have been, now there aren't. So honestly, you know what, as morbid as it sounds, thank you for giving me a quieter living for the last few years. Absolutely no one in the stream had any involvement in it, so technically I'm insulting no one, right? Gonna be in a house on my own? No. Didn't they rebuild? There have been new buildings since, but not houses. Yeah, just whatever was bought up and done with that, they decided not to do housing. They just did other things. Which, again, is fine by me. You think you know the place? There's many, many places, Flo. This place got absolutely ruined. Turns out bombs go burr, you know? Bombs kind of go burr. But there's almost no ruins left. Oh yeah, there's no ruins. But actually, no, tell a lie. In this city, there are indeed still ruins. Oh, I can't kill those ones. I probably should have read the modifiers. I always do this. I don't read the actual mission modifiers, and then I get in the mission, things don't die. I'm like, spicy. Apparently, they'll need to give a lot more overguard to Solansi. They already burned through it. Oh, that'll be why. You. I can tank these. Yeah, so what do I need to kill you? I need cold. Ah! Well, I am using cold, so how about you come over here and I can do 2 for 1? Yeah? No? Okay. Yeah, Fetty still, Fetty. Yeah, there is a ruin quite literally in this city, a ruined church or chapel in this city. And it's just kind of been left there, I guess. It's become part of the history and culture. Which flavour of BS is he thrown at this time? Always a question. Always there. Oh, no one needs this one, okay. What need to kill you? Electric? Hey, I have that. Haha! Get dead. Idiot. I'm going to do a little bit of immortality cleanup. Where'd it go? There was another electric one here. There it is. And these two need heat. Heat, 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 heat. There's heat. Oop, that gets rid of those ones. Immortality not allowed. Only 10-0 immortal. Let's see, all these ones are very much dying. Oh, you are also immortal. Toxin and heat. Oh, the heat one's gone, just a toxin. Okay. I think there is a toxin right here. Got him. Very, very good. Not touch the pipes, so someone else is handling that. All splendid. You die to cold. That I can certainly furnish. Here you go. That was like 95 million damage. God damn, that is excessive. But welcome. Fair do, Flo, fair do. Okay, off to the next of the crucibles. We need toxin and electric. I'm going to grab one of those and bring it along with me. Moving next week. Yup. It's going to be a whole process. So that means there will be no stream on Wednesday. Like, I'm not even going to say, oh, I might do, maybe if everything says... No, there's no stream Wednesday because I'm definitely going to be in the throes of making the move actually successful. That is going to take full priority. Which means if everything is set up in time by Friday, then you'll be looking at another Friday Warframe to make up for the Wednesday one. But that is a big fat if. That is assuming that the move goes smoothly and the internet all gets set up properly and I'm keenly aware of the reality that all this time moving is time not making YouTube videos, so that's a thing. You know how it goes. Let's see, all of these are weak to heat. I don't have heat. Heat is not a thing that exists around here. There we go, that's a heat one. Okay. And you are heat weak. Boom. Grab another heat one. Because I think there's more over here that are still weak to heat. Or are they dead now? Toxin. Oh, I swear, are they changing? Someone else just might be getting them. Wednesday's anniversary. Don't worry, Snake. You'll still be able to use it on a later stream. It just means you won't be able to announce the anniversary right there and then. Like I say, I'm not going to make any even like half promises and get people excited for disappointment. I'm not going to be streaming on that Wednesday. It would take a miracle. Let's do another round of defenses. Grab someone's pet, why not? Now we're looking forward to it? Oh, absolutely. This isn't a move out of necessity, this is a move out of improvement. And that is very exciting. The last few moves I've done have been strictly for work. This is one that improves my circumstances rather than merely doing what best fits work. And that's brilliant. That is genuinely brilliant. I'm going to have more space. I'm going to have fewer in the house to work around and share with. Yeah, it's just, it is an improvement. No offense to those I'm sharing a house with, of course. But they understand the vibe exactly the same as me. There we are. Oh wow, my other guard got low. When did it hit 7k? Yikes, let's fix that. All this energy, might as well spend it. Yep, everyone is on max overguard now. There we are. Much, much better. You are weak to toxin. I don't have toxins here. Oh wait, yes I do. Perish. Lovely, lovely stuff. You are weak to weapons. Excellent. You are weak to weapons as well. Excellent. There is something over there I can pick up. Don't care. This guy's another toxin one. I have a solution for you. Oh, the conversion progress is real slow because we need more pipes. I think someone is already on it though, so it's actually not a problem. There we go. I found the pipe. I think there's another pipe over here. Oh, they found it. And out there, they've got it as well. Yup. Yeah, we're fine. We're coasting. %% achieved. Let's go. On to mission number 2. Dante defensively is kinda bonkers. His damage output is certainly not lacking neither, and he's... Okay, what am I doing here? But defensively, bonkers. And that is good. There we go. Apparently we're waiting on... Sil really wants to get whatever's up there. Well, whatever it was, I'm sure it was important. Any tips for earlier steel power? Fighting against Green Air but not against other factions. Damage type selection. If you're fighting against a Green Air but not other factions, it is most likely damage type selection doing you in. Corpus easily killed by Toxin, for example. Let's give that a try. What city am I in? Let's not share that right now.
Redirect to sensor arrays at marked location.
Let's not focus on that, shall we? Overguard up. Good, this is not one where it's just bleeding out. I'm just going to keep casting. I don't know what the hell that thing is. That might have been infinite sonar? Is that what we're doing? Relay with Banshee? Yeah, it's just going to be all the sonar, isn't it? Wild Sea in action. Okay, that ran out very quickly. I don't actually remember what Leto Vandal Incarnon does. Are Bay mods still good? Yes. They still do a lot of work. And the Prime Banes are often, when finishing a build, best in slot. The downside is, of course, they are faction specific, which makes them terrible against things like Acolytes. You have to very much pick your poison. Wonder if they'll make a Prime Bane a Murmur? At some point, I'm sure. There's the Banshee bonus. I just hit one of those things for a 39 million damage red crit with this unfinished weapon. Kind of wild. Also, I can tell that Syl is playing Lavos. He seems to be face tanking everything and needs his overguard topped up more than everyone else. Nothing wrong with that playstyle. Lavos can basically tank for himself. It's just funny looking over and seeing his overguard just vanished. We Lavos players do tend to just sit in front of gunfire because we can. Lavos don't give a fuck? Yup. It's like, I could be scared when playing Lavos. Unfortunately, nothing is trying to scare me. So it turns out, not a concern. I really can just single tap these, can't I? Oh, that's a bit more. This thing does not die very well to Dante. Still kill it. This thing has taken a beating as a result. Oops. Okay, 20 more seconds here, and then we'll be good to go. Keeping everyone's overguard lovely and topped up. And then occasionally just tragedy. Bop. Bop. That ability's so strong, I didn't even want to include it in the little D&D project I did. Off to the old zone again. Vishkadama strip mechs? Yeah. Thankfully, it's not the biggest threat when it comes to dealing with them. It's more their damage attenuation that screws you over. But yeah, I get it. I get why damage attenuation and armor removal, immunity, things like that exist, but sometimes it does feel a little bit cheap. If that's the best way to describe it. It's like, oh, I have this thing that deals with you, but you just decide it doesn't work. Okay. Status immunity? I can swallow. Status resistance? I can swallow, although the fact that it's something that's status resistant will always remove the oldest status for the next new one. It can be a bit painful for status builds. You put on a good slash proc, someone else puts on 4 crap ones. They've got 4 crap slash procs on. You're like, ah, okay. Attenuation, that's very much the kicker because you can't see what it's at any given moment. You can't really fight against it. It doesn't interact in a intuitive way. All you see is that your damage numbers are far lower than they normally would be, and the enemy is definitely not dead. When you add on then things like level scaling being a descriptor of hit points rather than an actual scale, it all gets a little bit confusing. Axu just defeated a Kuvalich who was active since the whole system came out. Oh, fair do. I had seen similar on Reddit the other day. Someone posted that they finally took down their first ever Lich, and they had proof in it, very simple proof that they were definitely telling the truth there. Not for showing an empty, otherwise codex, no, for showing that the Lich had stolen an Oberon part from them. I don't know if you may be aware of this, dear reader or viewer, but Oberon was in fact not in Railjack historically. Oberon was available from Xmas units. And that is the only way a Lich could have stolen an Oberon piece back in the day. Or ever. This person had a Lich so old it stole a bit of Oberon. And try explaining that sentence to someone who's never played Warframe. Why'd they move Oberon? To fill up the Railjack drop tables, to make it so Railjack was less of a content island. They also moved Ash away from being from Manix to Railjack as well. And for a while completely screwed up his farm. Now it's more palatable, but it was screwed up before. What did the Lich steal? An Oberon piece. Which at the time came from Xmas units. It used to be that new players would just end up earning Oberon from playing the game and killing Xmas. It was just a very accessible early frame. And now he is very much not early game. Very, very much not. Kill the thing! Kill the thing! Hit him with the hammer! Bring down the pain! There we go. Mission complete.
Sensors remain online.
Release a circuit? There is circuit now, yes.
Stand by for update.
Alright, on to the next mission. Mission 3 of 3. Early Dante gameplay? Yeah, just for a bit. Does Banshee Sonar work on those mechs? Honestly, no idea. Maybe the attenuation allows it, maybe it doesn't. Oh, it's disruption. Okay. Off we go then.
Secure said material. Ensure the continuation of Master Entrante's research efforts.
So Mirai will be joining us shortly. A wizard just gliding along holding a big ass stick, and it's not a staff. It's unique. Key acquired. Let's plug it in. The plug-in is down there. Down there is here. Who says it can't be a staff? I mean, it's a hammer. Maybe it's a Void Knight's mace. We could go with that. My Dante design is already Gielinorian. Why not go for a Void Knight mace? Back in the day, that functioned as a staff. Did we basically just slam that into the floor? Alright then. Speaking of slams, that was satisfying. Scaper? Max Caper. Yeah. Level 99 in every single skill in RS3. And boy howdy was that maybe a mistake in my type, but there you go. You just got your 20-year cape? Oh god. Oh, I think my 20-year cape will be in a few months. Yeah. I think, yeah, maybe... Yeah, maybe just a few months from now, yeah. It has been that long. Which means both you and I, Mara, both you and I, have RuneScape accounts older than some people watching this stream. Gods, we're ancient. Oh dear. I wonder if in D&D terms would Tenno count as paladins or warlocks? I imagine it would be warlocks. We made a deal with some eldritch entity. Some great old one. Giving us access to limited power. The power that we can otherwise use freely. We do not need to be benevolent towards this entity. It does not need to be benevolent towards us. We have the power. We are definitely warlocks. Clerics? I wouldn't see us as clerics, no. We are not devoted to Wally. We do not support Wally. And Tenno don't have the strongest of principles. We are very much do what benefits us most. So Paladin, we would not qualify for. We do not take strong oaths. I just hit a flying enemy to death with a stick as Dante. What does this world come to? No, we are warlocks as per D&D. We are warlocks. Isn't the Man of War actively malicious? Yep. Oh, that was a 100 billion damage basic attack with this weapon. My god, Banshee is amazing. Hey guys, have some tank. Now I'm going to swing with this. Damn it, my heavy attack was about to land. Can Warframes also be categorized? Warframes are monstrosities, or... Yeah, they're definitely monstrosities. Humanoids converted through arcane processes. Monstrosity. We're kind of like summoners with a relation to Warframes. We don't summon Warframes. We'll call the active Warframe to us, but we control them. We're more of enchanters in that regard. We dominate them. Don't misunderstand me. Constructs of Warforged. I'm not familiar enough with Warforged to say on that. Warforged are a specific invention, as opposed to just a category. So they may well fit the bill, but I'm not familiar enough with them to say for certain. No, the way we use Warframes is more like a wild shape, just without the wildness. Race to sentient machines. That's what I was thinking, but Warframes aren't sentient machines. That is not how Warframes are represented in the universe at all. Ah, 95 million damage slam. You gotta love it. Up to a Jade instant. Contract with FIP. Not letting breathing entities. Yeah. Yeah, Jade, if anything, is further example of not Warforged, I'd say. Warframes are their own monstrosity. They don't need to be an existing race, they can just be a classification. And that classification is monstrosity. You look up what a monstrosity is by D&D terms, you'll see that's what a Warframe is. There we go, I wondered if I wanted to go in. Alright, let's blap that. There we go. Beautiful. Hey, welcome on in, Paramystic. Welcome on in. So here from both recommendation from another streamer as well as initially from your YouTube. Hey, if you don't mind my asking, who's the other streamer that's recommended you then? I'll have to say thank you to them. Who's the other one who's recommended? If you don't mind saying. Mind Flayers are aberrations, I'll argument Warframes could be too. Mind Flayers are aberrations, they are outside of the material plane. So they come from somewhere else. They are aberrant to our natural order, as it were. Now Warframes, as much as they are using the infested strain, all of that is material. All of that is from this world, as it were. The control of them by Tenno, that is from Warlocks, sure. But that doesn't make the Warframes themselves aberrations, no. Yeah, Wally an aberration, yeah. Aberration god. Okay, where's my exit? This way. Sentience probably along the Warforged line. There'll be constructs. Warforged isn't a classification of creature type, like humanoid or beast. Warforged is effectively a species. That's the thing, that's why I'm dancing around the whole defining anything as Warforged here. They are their own thing. Well, let me bring this up. Warforged D&D. In fact, why am I googling it? I've got a book. Come on, let's get the book. Yeah, looking forward to having a proper place to put these once again. Ran out of space. Oh, my Carvier's maxed out. Whoopsies. I will need to attend to that. Okay. W for Warforged are not in this book. I see. That is mildly annoying. Is it in the index, or do I need to get an entirely different book? Different book. God damn it. Are they in this book? Give me a little bit of dust on that one. I've not used it in a hot minute. Oh, a crisp page. Yeah, they are just not in the books I have, it seems. That is unfortunate. I will have to Google it. Need the Eberron book. Okay, yeah, fair enough then. Ozzy has picked up. The Warforged were built to fight in the last war. The first Warforged were mindless automatons, but House Canet devoted vast resources to improving these steel soldiers. Unexpected breakthrough was fully sentient soldiers, blending organic and inorganic materials. Warforged made from wood and metal, but they can feel pain and emotion, build as weapons. They must now find a purpose beyond the war. Okie dokie. So yeah, they are from a very specific setting, no less. They're from the Eberron setting, as still saying there, and made by a very specific house design, as Ozzy's pointed out. So yeah, no. Warforged are very specifically their own thing. Nothing is a Warforged unless it is itself very clearly a Warforged. Warframes are definitely not a Warforged. It'll be like calling a horse a cow, just because they both walk on 4 legs through a field. Also, what do we get in total there then? A bunch of stuff, and the last mission results only shows us the very end of it. That's stupid. Alright, whatever. We got some things. That'll do. That'll do. Eidolon seems closest being akin to post-war Warforged. Eh. Again, you're calling things Warforged now, and I've just stated we're not doing that, so let's not. Yeah. Sentients are constructs. They were constructed. That they've taken on sentience of their own, hence named sentience, is immaterial. They are constructs. Warframes are monstrosities. We could say monstrosity is defined as they are usually not natural creatures, and some of the results of magical experimentation or curses. Many creatures do not fit other categories are considered monstrosities. I mean, yeah. Look at that. Not natural creature as a result of magical experimentation. Warframe. Warframe. There you go. That fits to a T right there. Because if you want to call whatever Ballast does to these science, he turns a person into a space wizard. You want to call that science? Nah. It is magic. And don't quote me that Arthur C. Clarke quote either. It's magic. There is no science behind it. There is no rationale. They do bloody alchemy. It's magic. The Carvia will be monstrosities? Yes, they would be, yeah. The Carvia are indeed monstrosities at this point in time. Or, no, or awakened beasts. I mean, they've been affected by the Void at this point, so they could be considered monstrosities, but I honestly, I think awakened beast is more accurate for them. I do feel like awakened beast is probably more accurate. There we go. Grab that. Thank you very much. There we are. Also undead? No, I'm not going to call them undead. Just dying and then coming back does not make one undead. Or nearly dying and then not dying does not make one undead, no. Someone who has been revived by a revivify spell is not themselves undead. So no. Nope. Alright, still it's had to drop off, that's absolutely fine. We have therefore got space open if anyone would like to join us as we go on into the normal Netra cells for 3 rounds. Let me know if you'd like to be part of that by sending me a message in game, first come first serve on taking that spot there. Cheers, Sil. Dante looks randomized? What do you mean it looks randomized? I think you are saying something with a few words missing in your sentence there. Cephalons used to be people before getting digitized? I guess, yeah. Magic doesn't even have to be disjointed from science, making Warframes both magic and science. Yeah, I mean, magic and science don't have to be completely exclusive to one another. I mean, science is just observation of the natural world, the testable limits of it, with the repeatable, provable elements. If it is not something that can be reliably and repeatedly measured, then perhaps you are not dealing with science. Got a scheme? I see! You're just one of those looking to be mean. Got it, Mark Louis. Got it. We'll remind you the rules of this channel here. You can look them up any time for yourself and help yourself out to that. This is one of the few frames where I very specifically base the design on an existing design, so you're wrong. Congrats on that one. You're not? Okay, cool. He said he's not being mean, guys. He's only saying I randomized my fashion. Oh, just asking. Interesting. Interesting, yeah, okay. He was just asking. If you ever find yourself in the position where someone has reacted negatively to what you've got to say or do, and you say something along the lines of, I'm just asking or I'm just joking, you're in the wrong. Ever. This is a perfectly workable rule of thumb for life. If you find yourself defending your actions by saying, I was just asking or I was just joking, you are in the wrong. This goes for attempts at pranks, attempts at levity that just cut deep. Trying to say, isn't your fashion just random numbers? Gracious. Except when you made a mistake. Oh, like I accept that I accidentally just hit my glass there. Ring. Yeah. As earlier discussed, this is based on a... not a character, but a loadout from RuneScape 3 in Dungeoneering, level 99 magic gear there, which is the Celestial Robes, if I recall the name correctly. The Celestial Robes come in this lovely golden green, including the shoulder pauldrons. Golden shoulder pads popped on there, yeah, matching to it. That's why I went with it. It's a nice workable colour scheme, and it fits quite well. Level 99 mage. Bop, bop, bop. But yeah. When asking, hey, where is your fashion from? How's that come together? The way you ask is absolutely not to go, you hit random on that, innit? That's just rude. And you knew you were being rude. You just didn't want to admit it. Alright, let's take this on. Sorry if I thought so. Oh, and you brought up that sorry if you thought so. Alright. You've earned this one. There we go. You've earned that one. Get timed out. I am running out of health rapidly. Oh shit. Apparently I picked up the one that eats your hit points. You've got that one, so I'll go to one that's more distant. Oh, that lovely, lovely speed boost. Thank you, Volt. Love ya. Alright, you've gone that way. I will go this way. Bop. Been sharing how the stream going today? It's going well. One person aside, it's going well. Final catch the stream and yours changing places? Yes indeed, I am moving next week. So there will be no stream on a Wednesday. No way, some of the next cell enemies entering the foyer attacking you while you're picking keys is intentional. No, that's not intentional. If you're picking keys and there's still enemies killing you, something's gone wrong. Tell my combo's not built up.
That's the Metro cell. Open it. Wrong key glyph. Try another one.
Still need to get to the zone, bear with.
The Metro cell doors won't open.
Oh, Sills set up a prediction. Will I get a regular Archon Shard? Specifically a regular one, not just Archon Shard, a regular Archon Shard. Interesting gamble. I may not get an Archon Shard, I may get one that's Tau Forged. Alright. Yeah, the Warframe Arsenal overlay doesn't have every detail in it, you're right. So yeah, it doesn't currently include Archon Shards. I mean, they were only added to the game a minute ago? Is it used look higher while I'm streaming? That's called streamer luck. That's an observed fact of life. How far does the sun go out to? Right there. Beautiful. Did he not change something in the next cell zone? They did. You have to be stood inside of the zone to get the kill. That's when it counts. If the enemy is outside the zone but you are in it, you're good. What option would the Town Forge count for in this prediction? Considering the prediction says regular shard, Town Forge will be no. Because that is not a regular shard. Like these guys here, I can shoot from here, and they should be counting. Yeah, we can see the purple streaks, they are indeed counting from here. Barely any spawns? Yeah, the enemies are coming in from odd angles today, so not massively in our favour. But we can still get the kills. Those should be more visible on the ground. Alright. Oh, yeah, it's moved temporarily because of the critter. But yeah, you can see the zone all the way around. Look at that. That is very visible. That is very visible. What mastery rank am I? I am Mastery Legendary 3. Mastery 33. The amount of damage I'm dealing though isn't just a result of me, it is also being massively, massively boosted by my ally. Is Miralabe here running Banshee Prime. Banshee is a huge multiplier to damage through the sonar ability. Absolutely huge. Yeah, these enemy spawns are not the strongest, not the most numerous. Just reached halfway. Have to look into Banshee? Go for it. She's a squishy frame. So you do have to invest carefully into ways to defend for her. But when she is defended, oh my word, does she allow you to put out the damage. These glowing spots you see on the enemies are the sonar zones that she's put onto them. And they are giving a massive damage increase. Yeah, massive. Which is very nice. Dante has a meme build? Fair enough. Armor is not required on Dante. I don't think I have armor on him. I'm not sure who's suggesting you should. The gun is anemic from here. But asked a question about Kuva weapon infusion. If you have level 40 Kuva weapon with bad progenitor element percentage, can you place a better one onto it and preserve level 40? Yes. When you go into the weapon you wish to keep, you can then go into the options to valence fuse, and that will bring up the option to choose a weapon to sacrifice. The weapon you sacrifice will be completely removed from your inventory. The weapon you keep will retain its level, retain any investments such as Interformer or Orokin Catalyst. It will then either allow you to keep the element or choose to switch to the element of the one you are sacrificing, should they be different. And regardless of which element you pick, the bonus will become the higher of the two of those two weapons, multiplied by 110%. So if you have, for example, a 25% and a 30%, and you combine them together, doesn't matter which order around you combine them, you will end up with a 33%, because that's 110% of 30%. That was a 1.3 billion hit. Good God, Mirai, you are stacking some buffs here. Was that damage cap? That one might have been damage cap right there. That was a normal melee attack, and I think it hit damage cap. Mirrorblade, good God, what the hell are you doing to this game? Oh, damn. A basic hit with 4 times combo should not hit damage cap. That is dirty. I love it. Murmur's weak to sonar. I don't know if they're weak to sonar. Oh, they can stack up to 5 times, normal humanoid only 2 times. Okay, fair enough. That sounds pretty weak to it. Yeah, I'll give you that, Mirrorblade. I will give you that. Mirrorblade definitely knows more about Banshee than I do.
You can make use of that.
Let's get out of here. I'm just gonna wizardly coast forwards. But is Dante a good overall can-do-all content character? He's certainly very flexible, yes. He can do damage, he can do defense, and he has an exalted weapon. That's a very good spread of options. Just very good spread. And no, we in fact did not get a regular Archon Shard, so that prediction has ended in favour of the no side. Kudos to those who guessed correctly. Alright, let's run our next round. Before we do, I'm going to switch up my weaponry, because my guns I am not satisfied with. So let's switch them to things I am satisfied with. Let's go for, you know what, I haven't used a Foreman Prime proper in a while. Let's use him. Viral setup? Yeah, why not? And then let's swap out the Lato for the Latum. Because why not? Secondary Dex. Yeah, let's run that, but let's switch it over to secondary Deadhead. That should do me better. Wonderful.
Hi. In my humble opinion, you'll last long. Let's crack that thing.
Alright. Do Archon Shards drop on the ground or just at the end of the mission? So the Archon Shards in this mission, they'll just be a reward at the end. That's the reason we're doing this mission, is for the very rare items. So that's some legendary melee arcanes, of which I've maxed out now, and the Archon Shards. They are the really, really valuable items here. There's also melee arcane adapters, but they're not that big a deal. Not in comparison to the rest. There we are, max key glyphs. Defenses raised on everyone. And we're going. We are going. Mirrorlabe's not gone towards this one, so I can. I will take Terminal 1. This will mean I'm slightly slower to the group, most likely, because I won't have the speed buffs. Yeah. Yeah, the Amber Archon Shard does a lot of good. It's one of my favourites as well. No, my favourite. What's my favourite frame? Lavos. Yep. Just... yeah, Lavos. Alright, Ledger Cell has been located. We just need to actually get to it. Oh, I was briefly in range of a speed boost there. And I got another one. Yay! Let's go. Oh, that is so convenient to have.
That's the metro cell.
Alright, we're on location. Let's get to work.
I was afraid of this.
But
Metro cell security system won't open with all the uglies around. Clear them out and make sure.
did I hear a pop? I did indeed hear a pop from Revocan. Thank you. Never seen a Lavos in the wild? Oh, I see plenty. Mostly me, but they exist. I think I may have single-handedly massively increased his popularity in the Warframe community. I think it is fair to say, like, there are others who have done guides and talked about him, but, yeah. I think his popularity is between Valence Formation and me putting out a literal video as to why to use Lavos. Which is cool. It's a good video? Thank you. Cooking your foundry right now? Nice! Enjoy yourself a Lavos. I'm going to hold off killing these enemies in this local area until that Necromite is killed. If we hold off, we'll have more things to blap as soon as it comes back to the zone. My companion did not get the memo. There we are. Your voice is what captivates me, no homo. Hey, you're not the only one to say they like my voice, so thank you on that. Much appreciated. I've been working on it all my life. No, for real, I do consider myself certainly fortunate in that regard that I've not ended up with some nasally squeaker of a voice. As much as, you know, everyone's entitled to their own voice, I don't think I'd do half as well if my guide sounded like this. It just wouldn't work. I wouldn't be able to put up with guys like that. I don't know about the rest of you. Yo! The Dry Life, thank you very much for dropping those gifted subs over here to the community. That's gone out to Wargums, to Ignian, to JM Loki, to Cryptosaurus, and to Darreneth. The Dry Life, thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it.
Popped for the hype train.
Hey, Revocan, thank you very much for the 100 bits towards the hype train as well. Much appreciated. Much appreciated indeed. What a good frames for a returning player. Haven't played since they added Warframe. Looking for any frames. Honestly, just not Caliban. Caliban's going to get a rework, so currently not Caliban. Everything else, take your pick. It depends on what you're working with. Like, do you want a melee frame? Have a look at Varuna and Kalevo. Do you want a wizard? Dante, he is literally a wizard. He casts spells. Take your pick, really. What kind of frame are you looking for? Do you want fast? We got Volt, we got Gauss, we got Titania, we got Nova. Define fast. Teleportation is fast, after all. Do you want your enemies to be slow? Once again, we got Nova. Lavos can make them slow. Frost can make them slow. Loads can make them slow. Do you want to set up deployables that deal damage? You got Vorbid, you got Protea. They can do some great stuff in that regard. Do you want to never die? Dante, Revenant, Rhino. These are great picks. Do you like skulking around where the enemies can't see you? Octavia, Avara, Loki, Ash. Brilliant stuff. Filtered as nice abs. Hell, at this point there's a whole section of Warframes that can be described based on their abs. Either on their main or alternative skins. Hydroid's good now? That's true, yes. Hydroid is a force to be reckoned with.
Can't wait to see what you got when you get back here.
Yeah, there are loads of options to pick from, and the worst of those options is getting reworked and given out for free later on, so no point touching Caliban.
But that could still come in handy.
Let's overtake the Vault there as Dante. Spicy. Hey, we got a knock-on shard. Look at that. And it's a regular one. It's a regular Archon shard.
With your courage and our expertise, we
Huzzah.
hold the line. Your fish needs you.
Alright, one more Netracell. Let's get that done.
I was thinking, what'll it be? For an old guy to perfect.
Pop. Is titanium with thermal sunder still... Oh, it fell off my chat. Still considered toxic in the community. The people who consider it toxic are not the kind of people who run their opinions on this channel. I'll be quite honest. If you want to use thermal sinter titanium, just make sure you're not actively ruining the mission, and off you go, really. Have at it. If people want to complain just because you're using a nuke when they didn't use a nuke, eh. Prediction for Tau Forge is up? Ooh, that's an interesting prediction. I imagine not many people are going to want to risk the Tau Forge gamble, but those who do could be in for a lot of treat. Or they might just lose everything. That's the way it goes. Okay, Mirrorlave's got that one, so I'm going to go this way. Man, do I feel the drop in that speed boost. Man, do I feel it. There it is. Thank you. That vault build is so good. Love it. Till it runs out and I'm just like, Yeah, speed us forwards. Yo! He is specifically coming back to give me the speed boost. It's glorious. This is a vault that cares. Oh, that's been done. We go this way. Down through here. Up here. Take my keys over. And we are cracking. There we are. Hello Salem. To ask a question, you need to put some words before the question mark, otherwise no one can help you. Just saying. Does anyone have any tips for dealing with Orb Valor Steel Path farming nullifier shenanigans? Orb Valor Steel Path farming nullifier shenanigans. I'm not sure I really follow on your question there. Not sure I follow. Volts have a higher base sprint speed? Eh, he's good enough. He can boost his speed up plenty. I find him just fine, honestly. Is the Kuvazar still good? Its ammo has been crippled, but so long as you work with its ammo rather than ignoring it, you'll be fine. Its damage output is still good. In fact, I think the Kuvazar is what I use for my on-call crewmate. Let me just have a look at this here real quick. Oh, I can't summon them during this mode. Forgot about that. Never mind. They're just that powerful. D said no, you can't use them. Yeah. You want toroids and hyena mods? Okay. I usually don't do that on Steel Path. I would go on normal mode, piss off as many enemies as possible over at the appropriate location, and I would use Necros with Desecrate, but then switch to my Necromech. Because the Necromech can do all the killing, and Necros set with Desecrate on, it will just keep it running. That will decompose the bodies and give more chances. So get all the tank of the Necromech and all of the loot of a Necros. It's a nice combo. Now let's get Warframe Market, let's have a look. Yeah, Warframe Market loaded just fine for me. The issue is on your end, sorry, Dry Life. Maybe you're misspelling it. Does it keep working in Necromech? It does, yes. At least it did when I did the Taurid farming. Who knows if DE broken it since. Or fixed it since, who knows. But fairly certain it works because you transfer out of the Warframe. It's a channeled ability. Channeled ability should stay active, right? Where's this Necromite? There it is. Back we go. Yes, it's active around the frame. That's a good point to make. You do need to stay close enough to the frame to use the Desecrate bonus. If you take your Necromech on a good old Wanderer, like leave Necros safely at the starting location, that ain't gonna work for you. He needs to be on the field. You just put him in a safe little corner, like just tuck him around the side, out of view, bring out the Necromech and blam blam blam. Very good stuff. I have no complaints with it. Gonna scoop all this loot. Yoink, 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 yoink. Looked like a lot of endo. Got me 105. Maybe not a lot. You did the other day, so it should still work. Yeah, that's good. You'll know it's working when you see the bodies decomposing around you. Simply that. If you see them getting melted down by Necros, you're doing it right. If you don't see that, it ain't happening. And I'd recommend running it as the host, because if your client, things break. I don't know how it could break, I don't know why it would break, but when your client in Warframe, things do just break more. So, don't do that. Still drain energy, that's where you use the Orbment to make it drain health instead. Because Necros also gains health when there are kills, and from all the health orbs you'll have around you. So you just use the Orbment for that.
Not what I was hoping for, but that could still come in handy.
You're not running bounties, you lock a squad in open worlds? Sensible to do, yeah. Good old solo. Yeah. There we go. Another run complete, and look at that, it is definitely not a Tower Forged. Nope, that is a melee arcane adapter. A very different thing. You'll also pick up energy orbs, says Dude. Yeah, the health orbs are a little bit more consistent because Necros generates them. How would you mod Glaive Prime using build from 3 years ago? Things basically ain't changed. Glaive Prime is still Glaive Prime, absolutely. I still use the hybrid approach using Toxin as well as Slash to help deal with things which are Slash resistant or Toxin vulnerable. And still leaving me room for Life Strike too. But yeah, Solomir, Miralabe, and earlier as well, Silancy, thank you very much for joining on those runs in the squad there. Much appreciated. So apparently just fiddling with mod configs. Hey, so just checking, those mod configs, you're not transferring them from like one loadout to another, are you? Just checking on that, because like if you're linking, what are you linking to yourself? You're linking a Verglass. You're not moving that from Glass to Verglass, right? I thought you could just transfer. Oh, I suppose you might not be able to transfer from Verglass to Verglass Prime, might you? Oh yeah, you can, you can. Which I would imagine then means you can do it from here, can you not? Duplicate to... Oh yeah, no, that only works on itself. Okay. That's what it is. Yeah, you do need to link it to transfer it from normal to prime. Got it. That's what it is. Okay. Is Dante only available via farming? Can't find on the market. You might have filtered him out. Because Dante is available right there for 350 platinum. But you might have filtered out don't show Warframes without blueprints. because you can't get the blueprint here. You need to get it from the quest. Or get it from the store down in the Sanctum Anatomica. Yeah. So you can't get it from in here. Are you looking for... There you go, Sil. You got it. You got it. There we are. Jeff saying Melian's list would be the only thing to consider. True, that is a big increase on there. You can use that. You can use that. Yeah, Dante's farm is plenty accessible. Absolutely. Plenty accessible. And I would strongly recommend waiting until that point because of what you get access to make it happen. Buying him with Platinum early? Far from needed. Very far from needed. Oh, alrighty then. So with this out of the way, we've already done the Netra cells. The next thing to crack on with is, of course, the Lotus is complaining about something. As she does. It is the Razorback Armada that needs to be dealt with. And for that, I need to have some Razorback ciphers. Oh, Knight saying armor messages not being seen. Look, I may have missed some bits and pieces going through. I do apologize on that. I do see, going back, there's a Hydrate. Sorry on that. Oh. Cheers. It does get mixed up in the chat sometimes, or if I'm going through a mission. Waiting on Levels Prime to build him Archon Shards. Okay, that's not a question, so maybe it was further up. Had to go AFK for a bit. Wanted to ask for like 2 or 3 good frames to actually build. Was thinking levels for general use, 7 gold for one, a breath of fresh air, vault support unit. Is that a good long-term plan? Build more frames. Don't build 2 or 3. Build more frames. This is Warframe. And Warframe is not a singular word. It is many. You master them all. Get them all. That is the answer. Get them all. If you don't have it, then you've not tried it. And if you've not tried it, how do you know you don't enjoy it? So, get them all. That's your real answer right there. Okay, so yeah, Razorback Ciphers. Let's have a look at that. Cipher. Razorback Cipher, 7 owned. And I have 68 cryptographic alu. Past me, I just want to say, thank you. I vaguely remember us having like a stack of all possible boosters and just things were flooding in. And I am so glad that I got the cryptographic alu that I did. Because it means that time and time and time again, this Razorback comes back and I don't need to do jack shit to farm it. I have enough here to build, what, another 17 ciphers? So I have 24 ciphers. That's enough for 8 whole Razorbacks. That's a lot. That's a lot. I'll just run another one through right now because I can. But yeah, I'm good. So let's just get these knocked out of the park, shall we? Let's get these knocked out of the park. I am going to switch to... Switch to good old Lavos, because Lavos is good. Believe it or not, Lavos is good. Sort magnetic, I can do, actually. Yep, there we are. Beautiful. And then let's just hop on the things. Excellent. Let's just get these blitzed out nice and quick. Wish we could get these in Railjack. Honestly, yeah. It would be nice if one could. I'm going to do these on public. Let's benefit some randos, get it done nice and quick for them. Let's get this done nice and quickly. Are the Evansong and Taya worth investing in? I've not been that amazed by them, no. On location, activate. I remember, yep, they've got that side. Cool, I will handle the other.
This one is a handful.
Activate you. That is disabled. I rolled past it for some reason. There we go. Wait for it to be targeted. There it is. Cool. Whatever we can do to it, we've done. Let's get up in here and cipher it through again. Once again, wait for it to get disabled. I think it already is. There we go. Beautiful. Judging by the hit points on it, my Titania ally has already done one round of it as well. There we go. That is active. Do you need to target the limbs? Honestly, not entirely sure on that. Gonna wait for it to collapse. We're good. We are good. Gonna ignore all the enemies at the doorway there. Don't care about them. This is done. Easy. Easy. Not even 2 minutes. Would have been 2 minutes if the Titania could fly quicker.
Assassination contract.
That's a sentence you've never heard before. What dropship model is it you've got? Noticed it a few times but never got the name. It's the one from the Zephyr Deluxe pack. So it's part of that. What its name is, I don't know, but it's part of the Zephyr pack. Hey, Razorback numeral duo. The only other thing this mission is good for is the hyenas. If I do. I need to be Volt and help that Titania. Oh god. Zephyr Harrier, there we are. Does it have a unique export option? No, it's just a skin.
Target is nearby. Seek and destroy.
Just a skin.
If Nef Ao's prototype survives our assault, they'll be able to draw in a mountain of new offerings. We must turn his scheme against him.
Make our way here.
All previous strikes against
Activate
Grace
this.
failed.
Oh, we've got another Titania. Alright. Might be the same one. Let's wait for them to get here. Any second now.
The alarms have triggered a bursa.
Any second. Oh, hi there. Cool, they've got that side. I will handle the other.
Target required. Take them down.
Grab that. Activate this. Use the cipher. And wait for the time we can shoot. Just gonna casually wait because I can tank everything it can do. Come on. There it is. That is really a glitchy mess. Like this. Grab that. Console's that side. There we go. Cool, it's halfway down. My colleagues... Colleague? No. Allies got that. Nope, they got blasted away from it. Oh, they still hacked it anyway. They weren't stood next to it, but they hacked it. Power to them, I guess. It's down. There we go. And one more. Oh, there we are. We can dip out. For good measure, let's throw that in there. Ta-da! Alright, weird kid. See you in a bit. Go get your food. Sorry, go on your hunt.
Target down. Assassination contract.
And another Gorgon Wraith piece. Sure, why not? Have not played Lavos before. Where's Energy Bar? Lavos doesn't use energy. He uses cooldowns. This is one of the very nice things for him. You completely ignore the energy economy. You give it the middle finger, you laugh heartily at it. Energy is of no concern to Lavos. No concern at all. But yeah, very nice. Can you decrease cooldowns? Yes, you can. His 3 natively reduces cooldowns. His 1 can reduce cooldowns if you have the organ for it. And the 1, when it reduces cooldowns, also reduces its own cooldown. Which means with maximum efficiency, it has a cooldown of 1 second.
Assassination target is nearby. Seek and destroy.
The higher your efficiency, the better your cooldown reduction from your 1 and 3. But if you don't use the cooldown reduction stuff, you don't care about efficiency. That's a trade-off. I recommend having it at least neutral so you can do that.
All previous strikes against the Razorback have failed. You need to find a way to punch through its shields.
Here we go. Looks like I've got no one with me for this run. I'm actually surprised there's no one around for these runs, but sure, why not? It is set to public.
Target acquired. Take them down.
There we go. That's active. We'll just wait for this guy to sit down. Nice and quick. Grab this. Hack that. Shoot that. Grab this. Hack that. Get in position. I wonder if I think my companion is doing enough damage that I don't even need to shoot it. Why is the grind so long for Voidrig? It's a lot better than it used to be, my dude. You might want to check my video on that. It's a lot better than it used to be. It's actually rather manageable now for something quite so powerful. Come on, Bursa, do the thing. Lock it down. There it is. And yeah, my companion is actually doing all the damage I need. Ah. Is Dante not a link? Oops. Unless someone already linked Dante recently, but I don't see it. I will need to look into that. There we go. Job's finished. Let's just gas all of these. Ta-da! Ta-da! No Bone Widow? Yeah, no Bone Widow. Oh no, there is a Dante link. Okay. That's weird. Someone must have recently used it. Maybe. Or maybe it refuses to acknowledge the lowercase Dante. That's a Bigman's. I'm sure my clan can use that. I have a message. Ta-da! 200,000 credits. Okay. And an Orokin Catalyst. Beautiful. Easy, easy. How many elements would I say is too many? I'd say the question is incomplete. What's the context? Is there any frame I'd recommend when trying to mine? You can use someone like Loki for the invisibility, or go for Ivara if you've got a silenced mining drill, which is the upgrade you can get from Fortuna, because then you can keep the invisibility indefinitely. Alternatively, use Titania, because you can mine while in Razorwing, allowing you to fly up to all those awkward mining spots and get the perfect angle. So yeah, Loki, Ivara, Titania are the big picks. Otherwise, Wukong's a nice one because you can have the Wu clone shoot whilst you mine. So that can help out. And otherwise, whichever's the most fun for you. Yeah, those will be the ones. Revenant maybe? No, Revenant doesn't do anything special for mining. He's got a tank, that's all. But how high level is the open world you're mining in. You should be mining on Steel Path, so yeah. When was the last time I used a resource drone? Today. Plasmanios. Because I opened up my navigation like this, I switched to resource drones, and I deployed an extractor right here. So today. Otherwise I don't know. It's been a while. Because I am a little bit beyond the level that that's required for. Just a little bit beyond it. Really wish you could use Umbra as bodyguard for mining. I could see the value in that, yeah. I could see the value. Alright, so we've got the Razorback done. We've got the EDA done. We've got the Netra Cells done. We've got the Archon Shards. We've done the thing. Run the stuff. So, I'm going to bring us back to a frame we've talked about a few times over recently. I'm bringing us back to Inaros here. Inaros I have set up with a spin to win build. Archon Hunt? Pass. I have him set up with a spin to win build, which does work. It absolutely does work. But it does mean that I am pretty much neglecting the rest of his kit. Scarab Shell has nothing to really neglect. You just kind of turn it on and there's your status immunity and token armor. Who cares? But it does have an augment to it to consider, which is... yeah, it is negation armor. If I take fatal damage, consume Scarab Shell to heal with brief vulnerability, ends with a deadly slash status effect. So there is that to consider. But you could just roll a guard out of it. We've then also got Scarab Swarm, which summons a Scarab Swarm, attack enemies with guaranteed corrosive status, damage scales of Inaros' health. So that is a thing. If I just swap this briefly there to see what it does to damage, yeah, it's a linear scale to my understanding on the damage from health. Linear scaling with health mods. For better or for worse, hard to really say. The question is that how viable is it? How powerful is it? Is it dealing enough damage to care, or is it more of a crowd control and status spreader? Yeah, short-range weapons or weapons with a fall-off, like the Foreman, frames or Spectres, Spectres or frames like Umbra will not use very well. You need to be in close quarters for them to use it properly, because otherwise they'll try using the shotgun at long range. Doesn't work. Yeah. Don't think you need the extra 200? Yeah, I mean, you say you don't think I need the extra 200. It's a doubling of the damage output of it. So whatever its damage output is, this is doubling it. And if you have other things to increase your health scaling, it would more than double. I'm not using it on this particular build. I was just having a look as to how the scaling works there. So there's potential value with it, but it needs looking into. But first, spin to win does work, and so why not just put on spin to win for a moment? Because that's always fun. Because it's always new to someone. Run Zenerate because I can. We got our companion, sure thing. Actually, no. We don't use that companion because this is a mecha one. Who in? Come to the table. Now, those of you who have not seen this might be wondering, Ken, what is a spin to win mecha set in Naros? What's that actually mean when you're not speaking gibberish? Well, that's the wrong mission. It was Selkie, wasn't it? There it is. Let me show you. Archoplasma, Toxin Riven, able to mod corrosive, natural radiation from valence bonus, that's too much elemental for the gun. I don't see how it could be. Your Toxin Riven is just part of the corrosive you're talking about, because you're modding corrosives. You got radiation corrosive. That's what you're telling me. You have a radiation corrosive weapon. I don't see how that could be too much element. Probably cast that too early, but whatever.
They have just shut down all systems. I'm sending life support capsules your way.
Alright, so let's spin and win. And now all the enemies just perish. We can just literally spin our way through. We don't need to pay too much attention to how we spin through. We just spin through the mission. You got heat as well. Okay, yeah. Triple elemental is far from unusual on a weapon with an innate element. So don't worry about it. Worry about does your weapon do the job, not does it have too much of something arbitrary. If your weapon kills in a good enough time for you to get the job done in a way you are satisfied with, hurrah, you got it right. Warframe's not a hyper-specific meta. You don't need to perfectly cross the T's and dot the I's your build, or otherwise suffer in the land of inconsequential setups. You can just run things that feel right and get the job done. Sure, you need to understand some of the basics. You can't just slap only elements on a build or only crits on a build. It doesn't work like that. But so long as you cover the basics, it's really about just, does it do the job? And if so, cool. End of questions, really. Alright. We've recently had the mecha set trigger, but it doesn't mean that we can't have a new one to mechanize. Where we got stuff? Oh, it recently just triggered, which means things are dying. That's cool. We're on 250 kills in just over 1.5 minutes. Nice. No Naris link? No, because there's not a video guide on him as yet on my channel. The links aren't just there for show, they are to link to things. With the exception of Gara and Oberon, yes, okay, fair enough, those two are jokes. Can I explain how this works? Sure. So, we are spinning and we are winning. Now to explain it more in detail. Inaris is using Elemental Sandstorm here. Elemental Sandstorm means that when we do this Sandstorm Arena thing, we don't just damage the enemies lightly, we also apply a massive status chance, and the status we apply is based on our melee weapon. I'm using the Doorclave, a pure slash melee weapon, in combination with a teeny tiny bit of viral modding. So we're doing a lot of slash and a lot of viral. And when you combine all of that together, you're applying a lot of slash and a bunch of viral to every single enemy in the spin of it. All the while we are immortal, able to move around pretty freely, healing if we needed it. And then the mecha set kicks in. If the target that is marked by the mecha set is struck by this sandstorm, they take a lot more damage first of all, and if they die, they spread their status effects to all enemies within 30 meters, no line of sight required. Which means we turn the damage on that one creature into a whole load of nuclear action. This is very bad for the enemies, and very good for us. It is an exceptionally lazy build, it is an exceptionally effective build. We further buff it with Raw because that improves ability damage and status damage, which is just great. The only thing it's really weak to is if the mark goes onto an Xmas unit, because Overguard blocks our attack, and Acolytes. Oh, that's bad. That's double bad. Acolytes are very bad for me. And he's got the turbulence up. I can't hit him through turbulence. My Doorclave is not modded to fight an Acolyte. Stop using turbulence. I can't shoot you right now. This is what he is weak to. Ah! No, please stop stun locking. I am a Noros. I do not handle Acolytes. Please, I beg of you. Get somewhere I can shoot you with this thing, which is not stacked up at the moment because I wasn't prepared to deal with an Acolyte. Thank you. There we are. Alright. That is its biggest weakness, and that is a pretty big weakness. Oh, I did forget to activate this, didn't I? Whoopsies. There we are.
Extraction is available if you need it.
Does this method work on base frame or also? Yeah. Whenever you see an RS Prime or any other Prime Warframe, everything someone is doing with it you can do with the normal frame. Everything. You do not need to worry. While some Prime frames have actual workable buffs to particular stats, like Volt Prime's buff, it still doesn't matter. You're fine. It's not like Prime weapons where they can become a completely different weapon with different stats. Prime Warframes are basically the normal Warframe, but looking fancier. Let's just get rid of the dude. So over there we got the symbol of the mecha marked unit. When it dies, yep, everything else in the tornado just perished. Need to worry for energy though. Is that Inaros energy you're referencing there, Carolist? 100 base versus 255? Is that Inaros? That's a big ass difference. I thought it was only Volt that had something crazy like that. Year as example. No, you can't say year as example. I asked, is that Inaros? Is that Inaros? Don't say as example. Answer my question. Not whatever question you thought you were answering there. Is that Inaros? No. Okay, so my point about the Inaros bit is fine then. You don't play or build Inaros. Cool, we're talking about Inaros right now. So I literally don't know what example you brought up there. It might be the Vault one that I specifically called out is the only one to be concerned with. And even then it's not enough to be concerned with, quite frankly, for most players. But sure. Not the example anyone needed. 150 versus 190 per Inaros? Yeah, see, that's nothing. It is a bit more energy max. Energy max doesn't allow you to cast more long term. It just gives you a bit of a bigger buffer. You can use Archon charts to fix that if you really care. The flow mod exists. Or just work on your energy economy in general. But this is a very lazy setup. I am not struggling for energy. So we are nearly 8 minutes in on this very lazy setup with time spent dealing with that Acolyte because I don't have an Acolyte killer weapon equipped right now. My bad. And we are well over the odds in terms of kills for this KP out here. Arcane Battery would be nice to the Umbrals? Nope. Nope, because we're not using Umbrals for health and armor on this build because it doesn't need it. So that would be a bad thing. That would take away from other stuff. That would be a poor choice. That is one thing with conscious modding. You don't have to copy someone else's build, but you do have to think about what are you achieving when you equip an item, and what are you not achieving by equipping it instead of something else. Giving myself tank on an immortal build? That doesn't achieve anything. Kuka-san say, hey, thinking of jumping back into Warframe, but haven't played since Railjack. I know there's been reworks to core game systems like damage, armor, status, etc. Will my builds be obsolete? No. Is there a good returning player guide anywhere? I don't have a specific returning player guide. The problem with making a returning player guide is... what's the guide going to touch on? How far back do they need to go? Or do we make a guide for every 6 months someone could have been out of the game? Wait. There we are. Acolyte dealt with. Yeah, the changes since you were playing the game means that you will have new weapons, new frames, new mods to try out, absolutely. But it doesn't mean that your existing things would have been obsolete for what they worked on before. New content has come out, content that may be higher level than you've engaged with before, and as a result of that new content being higher level, your existing builds may not carry you through that content. So do bear that in mind. But yeah, I wouldn't say even looking for new player guides. I'd say just follow guides as standard. Get back into the game. See what looks cool. Try it out.
The more successful we will be.
Alright. I've done enough digging around with this one for now. That's enough screwing around with this guy. Speed our way out of here. But there we are. Super path wasn't a thing when you left? Oh yeah, you'll definitely have builds which are suitable for your old levels of play, not the newer levels, most likely. Yeah. What can boost Mesa speed while using Waltz Augment? You can use a Nairu. So if you use a Nairu, just switch into it and switch back. That applies a buff to you temporarily, which has a number of effects. A lot of people will be aware that a Nairu will prevent you from being knocked down, which, don't get me wrong, it's very nice to have. Go and focus here. We go on a Nairu. Gain immunity to knockdown effects, but it also makes you immune to slow effects. And Mesa's Waltz applies a slow effect to your Warframe. So if you use Poise, you just dip into Operator and dip back out again. For 40 seconds, you get full walking speed Mesa. So yeah, that can work for you. That is a no subsume, no ally, no nothing but an operator focus school needed option. And it's pretty substantial of an increase, in fact. Let me show you that one. If we grab Mesa real quickly. I presume this is a Waltz build. Yep. Splendid, splendid. Do people still do idle hunts? Yes.
The multitude of creatures you have immortalized would cry out in thanks.
Let's load into Simulacrum. Give this just a very much an eyeball test, shall we? Are there Mesa builds that don't use Waltz? Mesa is pretty much Peacemaker. So not using Peacemaker would be a bad idea. Waltz isn't required for it, but it is useful for repositioning, especially. Sometimes you'll have enemies just outside a line of fire, it allows you to slide across and grab them. Yo, Mandible Siver, thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs going out to community there. That's gone out to Daruko, to Queen Coalescence, to Happy Hour Honeymoon, to Phoebus, yeah, Phoebus VFB, and to Froland08. Cheers on that. And as I finished talking about it, we then have from Mirrorlabe as well 10 gifted subs going out to the community. A huge amount here, you guys. That has gone out to Hanai7W7, to T-Dreamer2, to Solidarity, to Burns Prime, to Bendillo, to Nova Umbral, to Arden7, to Yuki Zen VT, to Churched V2, and to Politeness. Really, thank you very much for the 10 gifted subs on top of the 5 from Mantis there. Much appreciated. Thank you both. Thank you both. So, let's give a quick speed test here, shall we? I'm currently set to an Iru, but not using Poise. And let's just go to that right there. So start walking forwards, nothing crazy to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah. 1 second for every sub gifted just now. So now we're going to apply a September discount with Poise. I'm not on an Iru. Oops. Now we're going to apply that effect. Simple as going to Operator and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we're there. Literally doubled our speed. Literally doubled it. It does mean you need to come out of it every 40 seconds to pop in and out of Operator, just like that, and then off you go again. Do all your good stuff, live your best life, roll around, have the speed. There we are. Gorilla saying, huh, why? Were you here when I explained it, or have you just arrived, Gorilla, and are putting only half a question in? You just arrived. There it is. There it is. This happens so often. Doesn't matter if you're a VIP or not. This happens so often. People are like, I'm confused. What's happening? But rather than explain that they've just arrived, they just go, what? So Mace's Peacemaker with Mace's Waltz gives you a slowdown. As it says here on the thing, speed 50%. Because there is a slowdown, Onaira's Poise blocks it. Because Poise blocks slows, staggers and knockdowns for 40 seconds. Simple as that. Simple as that. So yeah, use an Onaira, move at twice the speed when using Mace's Waltz. It's a very, very simple feature. It does lock you into an Onaira, but that's perfectly fine, it's useful. It is especially useful for trying to self-revive, considering it can armor strip and shield strip. Yeah. That would work with Nyx as well. Good question. Let's double check that, shall we? Let's double check that, just to make sure. So this is, yep, this is an Assimilate one. Move at 50% speed. Yep. Poise is Prime Sure-Footed Plus. Yeah. It is better PSF. It's a combination PSF and other bonuses.
Where would the sanctuary be?
Freedom of movement, if you will. Let's drop ourselves in here. Alright then, so without switching, again pop ourselves here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got to the end of the ramp, that's enough testing for me, thank you. Up. 1, 2, 3, we're at the end of the ramp. Yep, it's literally twice the speed as well. Because it's again a 50% speed debuff normally. But yeah. Onaira, swap operator, and it's not sprint speed. You can't sprint in these modes, so you're still slower than normal. You can't jump, but it is a buff. Ivara works? Oh, don't know about Ivara. That is a good question. I don't know about Ivara. Let's see, I'm going to wait for Poise to definitely deactivate. I think it's deactivated and that's a phantom buff, but I'm going to wait for it to definitely deactivate. Okie dokie. Let's have a look. I don't know that this would work. I think it just stops you from sprinting. Doesn't feel slow. Let's feel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pretty quick. Pretty quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Same speed. No change. Now, this might be because I'm using Infiltrate as standard, so let's take that out. How do you get this version of Simulacrum? This one is available during events only, like with Navras, which is shortly around the corner, so you might be able to get it in the next month or so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Maybe? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, no, same speed. Same speed. So yeah, the Onaira thing does not seem to benefit Ivara because it's not specifically a slowdown, it's that you can't sprint now. And Infiltrate gives a speed buff. It doesn't, again, change other matters that Onaira would care about. Yeah, you can't get this version of the Simulacrum from Barricadier. He's not brought it. Like I say, Navras is probably going to be your next best shout. Probably Navras. Alright, so, Inaros, let's see. You're a Scarab Swarm. Is this something I actually want to consider and work with? It's a question, I guess.
The multitude of creatures you have immortalized would cry out in thanks.
Let's see what it does. Varreeve. It's an option you can use. Go for it. Oh, we're going to get this teaser for a quest I've already completed. Okay. Thank you. That's ancient. Good lord, that is ancient. Alright, yeah. Let's grab ourselves a health boost. Just because of the effect that it has on this. Grab some good old heavy gunners. Actually, no, they're too strong. Let's grab, not heavy gunners, let's grab a Grenadier battle group. Much more standard fare. And if I just whack this at them. Is there something I'm supposed to do to improve this damage output? These patrol quest. War Within, I think. Well, Second Dream? Might be Second Dream. Raw? Well, that's not something I'm supposed to. That's something that can benefit it. But I'm thinking like hard combos. Green Shard for full armor strip? Possible too, yeah. But it's like, is this supposed to work with other features of Inaros? Or is it just on its own? Because it looks like this might end up being more of a crowd control thing that happens to do damage. If I unpause the AI here, I can then come in, slam that out into them. And we see that starts spreading. Oh, look at that. They've all moved around, so it's not spreading as well anymore. Yeah, as they get close, it begins to spread like a plague, and whilst it spreads, they are hard CC'd. They will do nothing to me whilst it is on them. They're too busy. And then it runs out. Whereas this is also hard CC. A much more effective one, if I do say so. So yeah, it comes across more of a debuff hard CC. Yeah. Debuff with hard CC. I don't feel like Inaros is really that impressive. I'll be quite honest with you. Like, okay, I got it wrong with the Sandstorm. Sandstorm is much more impressive than I realised, especially with Elemental Sandstorm. Well, specifically with that. But if you're just using Inaros' base kit otherwise, you've got Desiccation is still Desiccation. It's a little bit of a temporary effect on the enemies, temporary stun or what have you. Opens them up to finishers, that's cool. More useful with melee crescendo than anything else. We've got Sandstorm, we know it's Sandstorm. We've got Scarab Shell, which is basically just a reapplied self-buff to status immunity. The armor bonus really doesn't matter. It really, really does not matter. It's so bad. Like, I know that it's still significantly increasing his base armor, but in terms of damage reduction abilities, this is dire. This is giving us 240 armor, it's giving us 44.4 damage resistance. Is that correct? Yeah, that is correct. Now, with this current setup here, I know the strength is probably not where you'd want it to be, but with this current setup, it's 801.5 armor. So that'll bring us up to 1041.5. Which would be a total of 77.6% damage reduction. We've gone from 44 to 77. which on its own may sound like, hey, isn't that an improvement? But in Warframe, that's really not. This is a frame with no shield for shield gating. This is a frame with no other defensive abilities. They are all crowd controls. This is the defensive ability he has. And we're competing with Warframes where even 80% damage reduction abilities are considered insufficient. The closest I can think of will be 75% you get from Subsumed Eclipse, and that is applied as a bonus alongside it both being a damage boosting ability and just supporting Warframe's existing kits. To get to 77.6% damage reduction with this particular strength, this is 229% strength doing that. It's just not enough. So it really is more about the status immunity. 75% Blessing Fraternity? Yeah. Yeah, there are a few things out there which give damage reduction close to this, but they give it you in addition to your armor. This isn't giving us 75% damage reduction here. That difference, let me bring this up. If I go 1 minus this divided by minus 49. Wow. Using this ability, we are taking 60% less damage with this strength. This is a 60% damage reduction ability, not 75%, not 80%, not 95% like in Mace's case with Shatter Shield, not 100% like with Gauss's kinetic plating at times. Not the immunity that you get outright with Revenant or with Valkyr, with so many iframe based abilities as well. No, 60% is what I'm getting with this 229% strength. And if you use any armor mods on the frame, it gets worse because they're additive together. With the higher strength here bringing us to 1046.5 armor bonus, but also using Amar's Hatred bringing us to 300 base armor. Or 300 pre-ability armor, not base. I don't imagine we're going to see much of a benefit either. In this case, we go from damage taken of 50% to a damage taken of 1346.5 over 1646.5. We go from damage taken of 50% to damage taken of 18.22%. Which means we have reduced the incoming damage by 63%. 300% strength and a tiddly little armor mod to compete against, and it's a 63% damage reduction buff. Woo, boy, yeah, that is. Ugh. But Scarab Shell does give you status immunity. That is a big deal. That is a big deal. It means you don't need Prime Sure-Footed. You can just turn this on. You have status immunity. That is not to be ignored. Yeah. The armor bonus on it almost feels like an insult. It is so weak at that point. Almost feels like an insult. Health tanking is fine. Yeah, I do agree. Health tanking is fine. It's just this is not the way to achieve it. The saving grace for Inaros is that he can heal so much with things like Sandstorm here. Or with his passive. Does he get healing from Scarab Swarm these days? I don't think he does. No, he doesn't, no. But you can get plenty from Sandstorm, you can get plenty from finishers to make up for it. Yeah. How would adaptation work on top of it? Like normal. It's adaptation. Adaptation works like adaptation works like adaptation. That's not changed. And if you don't know how that works, check out my video guide on it. Would it be a good idea to add more armor on Inaros? See, that's the awkward thing about armor, is that the more armor you have, the harder it is to add armor that matters. If you already got this providing you a bunch of armor, if you then get additional armor from somewhere else, it's going to only add to this, which has a limited effect overall. What are you giving up to get that armor? It's that difficulty of trade-off that makes this an awkward one. Yeah. It's awkward. So, what value can I get out of an Aros otherwise? What do we have an Aros main in the chat right now? Because the last time I talked shit about an Aros, a couple of Aros mains came out of the woodwork like, "Arr!" and explained how I was wrong. So I'm happy to be taught a lesson. Let's face it, I spend most of my time, most of my waking hours, trying to help you guys learn things. Let's see, we've got Under Average saying me, we've got Canada saying he looks cool, I use him for everyday stuff. Do you use him for himself, or do you use him because he's convenient? D830, question, as someone who moved over from Destiny to Warframe only today, what would you recommend, rushing through the start chat or just taking time doing that? Take it at your own pace, but take it at whatever pace feels right to you. D830, if you head on over to my YouTube channel, which I recommend in general by the way, I do a lot of guides, over there, assuming you're not already a subscriber, is the short, which I think Solancy's just linked for you, what to do if you're new to Warframe. Straight up. What you need to know if you're new to Warframe. I walk you through the absolute basics as to where you go having completed the tutorial to get you started on your journey. Because if you're day one, that's exactly where you're at. So 60 seconds, I've got you covered in a short, designed exactly for someone like yourself who's just come over from Destiny or come over from any other game and gone, alright, what is this Warframe thing? And I'll bring you into it. I'll bring you in. I'm wrong because he looks cool and I didn't count that as a positive. I'm a engineer, I solve practical problems, okay? You know, could look like an ogre for all I care. So long as he has layers, we're good. Mirror, use only an Aros Prime to buy the mission Void Raider. Valid, okay. Paul saying Aros has pretty low base armor, so better off Shards and Arcane Guardian than using armor mods. Oh yeah, plus armor mods are pretty bad. I have a Mars Hatred here because it gives me a bit more strength. That's its purpose. You found me on your recommended list? Hey, that's awesome. Good to know, D80. Good to know. Also, I'm imagining an 830-sided dice, and I'm terrified. I'm fairly certain your name is not referencing such a obscure, nerdy item, but the idea of this basically sphere that would try to roll and hope that it'll stay steady enough to read what it is. Meanwhile, Sil's found a D20 to roll. Fair enough. Now that command's going to get spammed. It is? Wait, is your name actually based on the idea of a giant dice? Okay, fair enough. Or giant die, I should say. No, I have not made a command ahead of time for D830's arrival, Solomir. That's not how this works. As much as eternalism may exist in Warframe and soon actual, well, no, not soon, already actual time travel, I don't engage in time travel. That is how you get beat up by those weird faceless aliens from Rick and Morty. Bad days. Very bad days. Yeah. It's Dice 830. Fair enough. I don't know what that's referencing, but fair enough. There we go. I actually got someone's name completely correct for once. That is weird. That is weird. Welcome in, Sithic. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. Alright. So far I've heard from a couple of people saying they main an Aros and nothing that actually explains anything about why an Aros is good. Other than... That is what we basically have from him. Which, don't get me wrong, is effective and I'm happy for it, but that does seem to be about its limit, doesn't it? You main an Aros for hijack missions? Sorry, no. Is that some conclave thing I'm not familiar with? Or hijack? Hijack. No, it doesn't ring a bell. Yeah, maybe they removed it. Probably for the best. No, wait, of course, you're on about the Jade mission. Right, yeah, Ascension, that's what it is. Yeah. I know the mission you're on about now. I know the mission you're on about. Got ya. Yeah. Hijack is absolutely shit. Hijack is terrible. And DE said it themselves that Ascension is basically the better Hijack. It basically is. Bert told you that Anaris with Tempest Barrage is good. Why would you need Tempest Barrage for more corrosive procs on a frame with ability that shits out corrosive procs? Can you ask about Anaris Sandstone versus Blood Altar? I'm not entirely sure what your question could be on that, Cosmic. One of them locks a single enemy in place and gives you healing based on your missing health. The other one scoops up the room and shreds them to pieces. Or burns them, or freezes them. Your pick, really. What is your question that could possibly relate these two abilities other than to go, do they both heal? I'm confused as to where you're going with that one. Hey, Mantis, you have changed your name over to something apparently easier to read. Wait, was I reading your name incorrectly earlier? I'm good. What's the healing rate? So, Sandstorm's healing rate is 50 per enemy per second. And that scales with strength. So if I scoop up 10 enemies with my current strength, I will heal 1,495 hit points every second. And this is currently broken because I switched out a mod for health. There we go. So now it heals 1,715 hit points per second with 10 enemies. Whilst invulnerable, yes. This also makes you invulnerable and crowd controls enemies and drops them at your feet, ready for you to skewer them. Like, it does a whole bunch of good stuff. Meanwhile, you have Blood Altar. You have Garuda's. Look, honestly, I know how to play this game. I'm just a moron. You have Blood Altar from Garuda, which heals, and it says 25% base health per second, up to 36% with the current strength on this setup here. But it's not just simple healing. Unless something changed, which I don't think it did. No, don't give me Blood Altar from RuneScape. Come on. Thank you, Google. Blood Altar heals you, yep, for your missing health per second. So if you are an RS here, we're not an RS right here, this is Garuda. Again, I switched. If you are an RS here with his 2,415 health, then that 25% health per second, 2415 divided by 4, it's 603 health per second if you were at 0 health. If you're in fact at 70% health, then you'd get 30% of this, which would only be 181 health per second. All the while it's in a fixed area, you can't move it around with you. And whilst it does benefit allies, it's again going to be limited by their health totals and health lost. Yeah, it's not great. It's not great. So I wouldn't put Blood Altar over the top of that. You could use the two together if you really wanted to, but I feel like there are better things you can do. I feel like there are much better things you can do. Meant to say, apparently my pronunciation was okay of his name before. Ah. It was okay. See, I take that to be very polite from Mantis. Mantis is a very polite person, and so if Mantis is saying my pronunciation was okay, there is every possibility my pronunciation was actually pretty grating, and he had to change his username before his grandmother found her way over here to strangle me for getting it wrong so often. Very possible. Maybe it was Busiva rather than Busiva. Maybe I was pronouncing it too English. I don't know. But it is now Mantis Patty. Surely I can't get wrong. Maybe. Only decent use for Blood Altar is Mags 2. Actually, Blood Altar is useful in a few places, but it is very good for Mags 2. You're very right, Porfin, yes. Very good for that. Blood Altar seems to be designed to leave some health missing because of Gruder's passive. Old passive, yeah. Could be part of that. I could see that. Also, I think they just wanted to make it interesting and have it do something different and then not explain it. Can you have more than one Blood Altar up? I think you can have 3? I think it's 3. Hold on, I've got the wiki open. 3! Simple. There we are. Wiki said 3. I'm correct. Job done. Very easy on that one. But yes. Alright, now, one thing I did want to try. Let's grab you. Let's grab... Burston. There it is. Indrik? Yes. Grab you. Got her in. So, I want to see if I can find a certain tile in a survival over here on Saturn. This good old spinny boy. So we are on the spin. Good. So we head on over to Titan. There is a tile here that did rather well for me the other day, and I want to see if I can replicate that tile. I want to see if that's a thing we can rely upon, or if it was just a fluke of things going well when normally they would not.
Honor them with quick deaths.
Let us see how this goes, shall we?
They have just shut down all systems. I'm sending life support capsules.
This way to life support. Cool. Because this is not the tile I'm looking for. So I'm going to move out of this tile. Enemies will die as I move through. That works for me. Nope, this is not the tile I am looking for either. End tile set? I mean, an end tile set could work as well, but there's one with a bit of interesting verticality. Move along from here. Oh. Apparently I didn't get a speed boost there. Hold on. There we go. I want my speed boost. Damn! This is a very large room. This is not what I want. Because it's the one with the spiral stairwell. Well, not quite spiral, but zigzag. I mean, this room could be usable. Is this 3 dead ends? That's dead end, yeah. Is this one also dead end? No, this one is not dead end. This is end tile. This could be a good one to hole up in. We're at 85 kills, 1 minute 15 in, because we've been hunting for the tile. So now let's see how this works for us. Let's see how this works out for us. We had 85 at 115. Let's see where it goes. Hello, Stardust. I'm doing alright. Hope you're doing well yourself. What we really need is the mecha set to trigger here and deal with these Xmas units. That would be nice. I can't tell where the icon is because DE decided I don't need to know that information. I mean, surely at some point it's going to mark something. There we go. The mark got triggered. That killed a few things. Very good. 1 minute later, 150 kills. Nice. Not crossing that threshold intentionally to try and keep the spawns towards here. I don't mind crossing this line. I don't want to cross that one over there. Yeah. Sadly did not find the tiles I was looking for, so I will dip out of this mission as soon as we hit the 5 minutes and then roll again, see what I find. Part of long-term farming a survival mission is finding the right tile. About to hit another minute since the check. There we go. Yeah, it looks like we're maintaining about 150 kills per minute just doing this. It's just kind of sad to me that this is about the only workable option for an arse. Oh wow, I got a really poor trigger on Mecha Set. It hit 3 enemies. Alright, let's dip into this room again. Let's manipulate this room, if I can. There we are, much bigger trigger on the Mecha Set. I think I hit 12 enemies that time. I only can figure that out by seeing how much armor I gain, in this case 840%. And then use that to divide by, I think it's 70% it normally gives per enemy. And that should tell me how many enemies I hit with it. Also, very good for the amount of armor, because 1140% is what it last gave me. With a base armor of 240, that's given me over 2,500 armor. Does this strategy scale well into long runs? It's fixed damage, and not exactly the highest, so I don't know how well it would stand very long. I don't know, is the simple answer to that. Where has that Acolyte arrived? Cool. And this is why I brought Burston. Burston looks at Acolyte, certainly in solo, and goes, no. Denied. Very nice to have. Alright, there should be a mecha mark somewhere and I'm not seeing it. My armor is timed out, so we are well past the time that mecha mark should have shown up. I really, really don't like the fact that I can't tell who is marked without perfectly spotting that faint icon. Personally, I'd like it if the enemy that is marked by the mecha set was marked on the map. Similar to how with Sarin's revealing spores, it makes the enemy glow green on the map. If they're infected with spores. Have the same happen with this, make them green. Am I aware of mechanics around bowing cards that seem to deal lots less damage than they should? I'm not aware of anything that should be causing what you're experiencing there. Alice, could you give some more detail about what you're experiencing? Including how have you tested this? To say that they're dealing less damage than they should. I do feel the Kubro mark should definitely be on the minimap. It just seems like an obvious thing for it. It's like, this is the marked enemy, let me mark it. What good is a mark that's quietly whispered into the wind?
Hey guys, there's an enemy over here, it's marked. Do you want to kill this one?
Like, what good is that? Kubros don't whisper, it's howl of the Kubro. They should be screaming it louder than a husky in heat. Send the news. Tell me the enemy you want to have eviscerated. Ah, crap, it's this guy. Alright. Bloody Xmas soaking up the mark. And again, bloody Xmas soaking up the mark. That is a big weakness of this approach. If an Xmas grabs the mark, it just screws you over. Raw. Let's bring up a bit more status immunity. Spin. I say I'm tested both Paris Prime and Dread Incarnate. Non-Incarnate forms deal a lot more damage than the Incarnate form, around 4 times more, despite... it seems to only be a headshot thing. I've tested body shots. Incarnate forms deal more damage than normal shots. On headshots, the damage drops. Interesting. Let's trip out this mission. I'm curious about this. What the hell is going on to give you that kind of a claim? Because that's very testable. That is very, very testable. And I have had my mind blown by bugs in this game before now, so I want to see that one. Let's see what headshot damage we can get to happen right now. So, let's dip out of this mission. dip out and switch to a different companion. We'll switch to Worm Prime and defang it. It'll still have some bonuses there, but it's nothing to worry about. Let's switch to a Lavos for testing purposes. Let's switch to a bow. So let's start with Dread, for which I do have the adapter on it, but I've not finished leveling it. How about Paris? Did I finish that one? Yeah, I did. Okay, cool. Paris, that'll do. Let's remove all of this lot. And let's just see what happens real quick. Let's just start with the basic damage here. What do you think is going on with this analysis? Because you say you tested Paris Prime and Dread Incarnate. Let's have a look what's happening. Non-incarnate forms do a lot more damage than the incarnate form. Ah, wait. As I reread what you're saying, I think I know what it is. The incarnate forms are wide body projectiles. Wide body projectiles do not have headshot multipliers. Or rather, they have a 1 times headshot multiplier. That could be it. That could be it right here. Yeah, so 1688. Okay, it was 844. Why did I have 1688 on the first one? That's weird. Oh wait, is that a perk for damage on an undamaged enemy? That was, wasn't it? Yeah, that's what that was. Yeah, increased base crit chance and crit damage against undamaged enemies. Okay, that's factoring as well. Hasbul's a nice example of wide projectile. Fulmin is a brilliant one because you can switch mode to one that's not that. See the difference. So I've got 844 there. Activate this. 371. Yeah. Whereas if we body shot, also 371. And then 141. So this is what you can test for yourself there, Alice. This might be the bit you've not picked up, not decided to compare between. Do headshot, body shot on yellow crit, and you'll notice that the headshot has a lot more damage on the normal fire, but the incarnate fire, body shot and headshot are identical for the same crit here. Because there's no headshot bonus. And to further that, you can increase the headshot bonus multiplicatively with things like Deadhead, but it'll improve both modes to the same portion, so it won't make them comparatively any stronger or weaker to each other. That EP bug still exists. Zakia now, 1097 on that headshot with a crit. Body shot with Incarnon, crit is 371. Headshot. Oh, we're armor stripping it now because of the heat proc. God damn it. Headshot. God damn it. Gotta wait for the armor to recover. Izamir, is that armor taking a while to recover? Come on, give me the crit. Crit 483 versus crit 371. Yep, there you are. 371 times 1.3, 482.3. Boom. Nailed it. Yeah, wide body projectiles often have no headshot multiplier. Because they're effectively a kind of AoE attack at that point, so that's the way they've been treated. The Foreman has this happen to it because the Foreman shotgun mode is a wide body shot. The Catch Moon primary and secondary does the same thing. Someone else mentioned there's the Arca Plasmor, that does that same thing as well. You'll find this a few times over in a few different places. Yeah. The longest stage duration is coming from my Lavos. 55% bonus here due to duration on him. I just didn't think that the heat's return of armor would be affected by that. I'll have to look into that at some point. Happens in Atarok? Yes, happens in Atarok as well. Any A wide body projectile is a shot where it is specifically designed to cover a long cylinder as it travels, rather than being a precise bullet. So the Boltor, for example, that produces simple projectiles. They travel over time and they hit in a precision spot. Whereas you get something like the Sobek, that fires hit scan bullets. They're again pinpoint, they hit instantly. Basically it scans from where you're aiming to as far as it could travel, and then hits it. Hit scan. But Fullman, Plasmor, wide body bows in their Incarnate forms or Nataruk form, whatever's going on there, you get this physically wide projectile, and as an AoE, it loses the headshot benefits. The same is true for actual explosions, like with the Kuba Brahma bombs. Those bombs do not headshot, but the direct damage of the projectile hitting something in the head can headshot, because that is not a wide body projectile. Yeah. Not building for headshots better for the Incarnates? That's a good question. That is a good question, because of how that interacts with headshot critical headshot multiplier. Because I didn't see any such bonus. You know, it's never occurred to me, but yeah. Long way sharp shot. I know long way sharp shot's a thing. Guys, remember, it doesn't help this person asking questions to just say that's a thing and move on. On headshot, gain bonus damage. I don't remember if that's additive or multiplicative with other pure damage modifiers. The game won't tell you that because fuck telling us the information properly. You didn't know it existed? Yeah, that's Warframe in a nutshell. Here's another thing you never knew existed. But the critical headshot is worth thinking about there. Because normally when you land a headshot that is also a critical hit, you double your critical multiplier to increase your damage yet further. I was seeing identical damage between the headshot and body shot with that Incarnate form. And in that case then, that means it wasn't getting the critical headshot bonus. I was getting a simple 30% bonus when using Deadhead, which showed I definitely landed a headshot. We saw a bonus to damage due to a headshot, but no critical damage bonus. Now I wonder how that all shakes out. I mean, wide body projectiles are still wide body, they're good room clearers. But yeah, okay, that's never occurred to me. Something else to look into. Paramystic say I've met Legendary 4 who's apparently learning new things still. I mean, if you're not learning new things in this game, either you're not looking hard enough, or you've played a little bit too long. Let's be real. There are still new things to learn. We have Mirror Lab on the channel here, for example, who throws out bajillions of damage with that Banshee. Mirror Lab who can bring out some absolutely terrifying stuff and still keeps bouncing new things around on the channel here and learning new things as a result of some of you guys bringing up some curiosities. Same is true with Ray Nuva, who is very in cahoots with a lot of the people over at the wiki, and still he learns brand new things very frequently with this game. I'm learning brand new things, and I have a channel dedicated to the details of Warframe. It is my job to share with y'all this grand information. I'm learning new stuff all the damn time. Some of it because DE decided not to tell us, some of it because DE themselves didn't realise they made it happen. It's a funny one. Yeah. But I say in with Deadhead increased by 1.3 times. The critical headshot multiplier is only relative to the base. No, it's not relative to the base, because the critical headshot, the critical multiplier is doubled, whereas headshots are triple for most enemies. So what we're seeing there instead, Umbrella, is that it's not relative to it, it's that it's disabled for wide body projectiles. At least that's what it appeared there. I need to do further testing, which is not what I wanted to test right now too much. But it indicates to me that wide body projectiles do not score critical headshots. Which is wild. That's a thing. And to say how much I have used the goddamn Foreman at bloody 35.4% usage on the Foreman here. Foreman Prime. One of my next most used weapons as well. A combined total nearly 40% usage for Foreman's. And I'm not sure how the headshot works on it. That's Warframe. That is Warframe. Somebody's saying the specific crit headshot bonus of 3 times. No, there's a headshot bonus 3 times. Must be set separate to the regular headshot bonus of 2 times for normal weapons. Normal weapons have a headshot bonus of 3 times, Solomir. You're getting it wrong in 2 different ways there. There is the crit headshot, which is if you headshot whilst critting, your critical damage multiplier is doubled. And there is headshot, which is if you land a headshot with a non-AoE weapon or non-wide body projectile, you deal triple damage. Most enemies it's triple, some are only double, because standardization of information in Warframe is absolutely an anathema to how DE operate. The idea of clear communication of critical game information is abhorrent to DE. They don't want that. They want it, but everything they do, everything they've put into the game, everything they do, everything they have done, shows that it is actually an anathema to them. Even something as simple as the recently reworked Inaros on his Sandstorm, it says health per enemy 50. But up above it we see damage per second. So that health per enemy, does that trigger once per second, once per tick, or once per cast? If you are reading this card exactly as it says, the only correct conclusion from reading the card would be once per cast, and that is not what it does. Even recently reworked things where they have changed how the ability works, they still don't communicate it properly. So it's no wonder people are scratching their heads in this game. It's really no wonder. Yeah. Yeah, Brody, headshots are possibly still the way to go just in general, but it goes to show for the wide body projectiles, once you've got your headshot benefits, you don't necessarily need to aim for the head to continue getting the full power going. Which is great. Hello, Tintatic. I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well yourself. Hope you're doing well. So we assumed about Inaros' Sandstorm as well. I haven't played him since reworks. I didn't realise it was wrong. You see, this is exactly my point. This is exactly my point. It's just like with Longbow Sharpshot, which we just looked at here, saying it does plus 300% damage on your next shot, compared to Primary Deadhead doing plus 120% stacked up to 3 times, so that's plus 360%. 360 versus 300, if you just read it, clearly Longbow Sharpshot is a pile of crap. But we have got people in the chat here saying, actually, Longbow Sharpshot is multiplicative. Let me just see what the wiki says. Who's right? I imagine it's you guys. It is multiplicative to mods like Serration. You are correct. Oh. Where Galvanized Aptitude adds with damage mods, Longbow Sharpshot will not multiply gun conditions bonus portion. What? Alright. But the Nature is calling. I'm going to have a quick discussion with that and then have a look into what the hell that means. That is confusing the hell out of me. I'm going to be back in just one moment, chat. Don't you go anywhere. What the hell has happened to this chat? What is all of that? Oh my god, that is a mess. I forgot to prohibit the drones. Eeps. Eeps. Okay. Alright. So, we were looking at what's going on with Longbow Sharpshot. Really saying the way it's worded, it sounds to me like it's multiplicative with serration at all times. When weapons with galvanized aptitude is added to serration, Sharpshot is not multiplicative with specifically the bonus from galvanized aptitude. Yeah, it does seem to be saying much the same, doesn't it? But on what bow would galvanized aptitude be additive? I thought it was multiplicative on projectiles broadly, which should include the bows, or the bows, are they additive? Oh, gods. This is why Warframe is sometimes too complicated. Because I'm now looking at an arcane that says gain plus 300% damage on your next shot. And there is no way for me to use the game to understand that bonus without strategically and methodically testing various scenarios one by one. That just hurts me. That just makes me not want to engage with this particular arcane. This makes me not want to touch it. This makes me want to just avoid the question whenever someone brings up Longbow Sharpshot. Hey Ken, what do you think about this arcane? I don't. When it gets this deep into the verified mechanics of otherwise crucial components of a weapon, of how it multiplies or adds with serration, and then how it adds or multiplies with galvanized aptitude may be different to that, which may itself be different to serration. That's too much. Quite frankly, that's too much. It doesn't need to be like that. Certainly when it's not even explained in game. So, you know what, I'm not going to. I refuse. That ain't fun. And I play Warframe to have fun. Don't know about you guys. This might come as a surprise, but I play to have fun. So, let me lean over to here, grab this cup of tea I may have acquired whilst I was briefly away. Ooh. Oh, that is gorgeous. The logo's not a joke. I love my tea. It still surprises me how many people will mistake this for a coffee mug. The logo, I mean. The number of people that look at this and go, yep. Yeah, that British guy on the YouTube channel with all those details. Yeah, that's got to be a coffee mug right there, right? Do I need to get out my passport? No, not on stream. Hell no. Which kind of tea? English breakfast. With a dash of milk. I do prefer black tea over green tea. Green tea's just... Green tea can smell nice. And then when I drink it, it's like someone tried to filter spring water through a sheet of A4 paper and serve that to me. With the sleep schedule I have, Solomon, this is decaf. I'm not that crazy. I do remember to have decaf at this hour of the night. Yeah. Have I tried Max Fire 8 Prismagorgon? No. Glad I can answer that question. Okay, so just going back to Inaros, because we were talking about that earlier. I think I have run out of things to care about on him, haven't I? He can crowd control. His one I've currently subsumed off is a smaller crowd control with finishers. He can apply corrosive procs, which with green shards can reach full strip if you really want. But even at 80% removal is still good these days. Because yeah, what's 80% armor removal with the new calculations on max armor? 2700 armor times 0.2, and then it is times 3 then root it, I think is the equation, right? Which makes that 40% damage reduction. Yeah. So applying a shard would still have a significant positive effect, yeah. Pyramid 6 saying, speaking of T and being a Brit, bit of old news, but have you heard about what they did with PG Tips to get on with our monkey? Oh, did they? Oh, okay. I'll be honest, I don't really follow or care for corporate mascots. They are an advertising technique. I buy tea for tea. The monkey that advertises it is immaterial to me. I am very practical in that regard. Very practical. Yeah, so Scarab Swarm is just otherwise, yeah, crowd control with weakening effect. There's a crowd control with opening to finishers. There is the armor that you shouldn't care about, plus the status immunity, which you should care about, and is a good enough reason to keep Scarab Shell. If it was just armor, I would can it. But it's not just armor. And then Sandstorm, which Elemental Sandstorm gets work done. Slash viral, heat viral, whatever viral. Viral's probably desirable. And works best in combination with the mecha set, because mecha kind of go burr. Yep. The only other thing then would be in terms of finishing the modding on this. Because this seems to be about the only way I can care about Inaros. What other build would you want? What other subsume would you want to build around? Like, is there another subsume worth considering? He has a kind of grouping ability. Is there a subsume that cues off of that enough that we should care about more than he already does? If anyone says Breach Surge, you deserve a slap. Putting it out there. Breach Surge is its own Warframe. That's how powerful this ability is. Alice, you're getting slapped. And that is a 10-second timeout for you. I specifically said I would slap. Enjoy your 10-second timeout. That was pathetic. Let me try it again. There we go. Anyway. Aquablades with spin... Like, Aquablades? What's wrong with Breach Surge? Nothing's wrong with it. It's just, it's not remotely an answer to working with a Warframe's kit. All Breach Surge is, hey, did this thing take damage? Cool. Everything around now just starts dying. Like I say, it is basically a Warframe unto itself. It's an area blind, which is functionally an area stun, with damage propagation and state of delivery. It's very, very powerful. And on Wisp it also allows you to teleport too, because why not give it that? Why not? Yeah. Somebody say, what are subsumes to give bonus damage or other stuff to allies? I mean, bonus damage is Raw, which also buffs up the Elemental Sandstorm substantially. Raw is the obvious one there. I feel slightly bad that this is Alice's first time ever in the stream. They've been following since 31 minutes ago and they got a 10-second timeout, but it's 10 seconds. If that's enough to put someone off a stream, bye. Any thoughts on the Jade subsume? Might free up Archon shards. Subsume Alphanamize. Does a slowing over time where you're looking, a defense reduction over time where you're looking, and a teeny tiny bits of damage. How would this improve Inaros? Armor strip. It doesn't stack with the with corrosive though. They multiply together, they don't add. So in order to get full strip, you would need to full strip with this ability if you're not using the Archon shards. I don't see how that's beneficial. Also, we'd be looking at enemies for quite some time. Whereas with the Scarab Swarm, it's supposed to kind of deal with their armor even when we're not looking at them, to then just destroy them as we get there. Yeah. Porfit say, Kenjineer, last addition to the bow, CO thing. For most of the classic bows, CO is additive. Use Dread Paris, Soul versions. And it doesn't take into account 2 times damage multiplier from fully charged shots. Interestingly, Sintra and Natruk do not suffer from this. Neither does Paris and Dread Incarnon's form shots for sure multiplicative. Oh my god. Are you... I should never have asked. I should never have bloody asked how this... So, if we take the example of the Paris, whereupon Paris starts with a headshot approach that does get the headshot benefits, but then Condition Overload is only additive on it, and it ignores the charge bonus you get for drawing and holding the bow, which then, when you evolve it into Incarnon, becomes a wide body projectile which loses the headshot bonus and loses the critical headshot bonus, but gains multiplicative Condition Overload, and therefore now starts working fully with longbow sharp shot, which is a headshot thing, despite the headshots now being nerfed. Wild. Rodney says, someone who's very casual with Warframe MR6, look at the stream just going WTF. Sorry about that, Rodney. Yeah, I tend to have that effect when I look into the deep dark of this game. When I really start looking into it, I do find the bits and pieces that don't fit together. We look behind the curtain and there's just a monkey on a typewriter furiously typing away, and we realise, oh right, the Grand Wizard has lost his mind. Yeah. But most of the time it's fine. For 98% of Warframe gameplay, you don't really worry too much about this stuff. You just slap on the mods. As long as they multiply in the right direction, big bada boom, enemy dies. The remaining 2% is this kind of stuff. And yeah, Raging Terror seems to revel in it. Raging Terror loves the broken bits. Yeah. Mirai was saying, your only problem with Inaros was Acolytes, assigned to shut them up. That's the thing, it was only a problem where I was using Elemental Sandstorm. As soon as you use an actual weapon to hit the Acolytes with, they fold. So silence isn't a problem. If anything, Inaros is well positioned to not need it, because Inaros can be relatively tanky and safe. You can crowd control a whole group of enemies and then just deal with the Acolyte on their one-some. It's fine. Yeah. If you want more of a headache, look into how Meter Sonos works with gun condition overload. Not going to do that. Thank you very much for the suggestion. I prefer my sanity. I absolutely prefer my sanity. Saw someone getting multiplying swarms with the Desert Cats getting spawned by Naras. Yeah, that works as well. It just spreads more of the effect rather than making it better, but spreading it further is a thing. Yup. Yeah. Jade Subsume is good on Dagath until I realised you can subsume over Dagath Doom. Her Doom is locked to 100% ability strength. No ability like a form triggers it. Right, okay, yeah. Augment's triggering abilities have been removed, yeah. It'll have locked effects, yes. Because you've lost the ability. As a veteran Norris player, what subsumes would you recommend? Are you saying that you're the veteran or I am the veteran? Because I'm not a veteran Norris player. Norris was a sack of hit points when I started playing the game, and then he got changed recently to be a sack of hit points who also does something with a storm. And that appears to be the long, short, and all of what I found with him. Alright, Mantis, you go ahead and find yourself a new video card, and yes, do also get on to preparing for your driver's license. That is a good idea. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Raw sounds best. Honestly, Raw for buffing Sandstorm. Yeah, I was just wondering, basically, if there's some other approach we can take to him, but it doesn't feel like there is one. He can spawn Sandcats, I'm aware. Yo! Blastbjörn, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome into the channel here. Yourself and all of 41 who have followed along with you. Welcome on in, every single one of you. Hope you've had yourself a wonderful stream. And Blastbjörn, I understand if this is the time where you want to just hurry on off, be done with stream, be done with all of that and get yourself a nice, well-earned rest, you go ahead and do that. Don't feel the need to stick around, but if you do, enjoy your stay here for what we have got left of scratching our heads on what we can do with Mr. Sandy here. What about Elemental Ward? My question on that would be, what about Elemental Ward, Gavfly? I'll be quite honest, Elemental Ward has never made me feel happy about it as an ability. Not before. How am I doing? I'm doing alright, thank you very much for asking. I am soon to be wrapping up the stream and then getting some good rest because next week is move week for me. I have got a lot to do to make that move happen. I'm moving house and I'm moving city. So it's gonna be a busy one next week. Which means also not as much time for working on YouTube stuff or running Twitch streams. Yeah. With this Elemental Ward, we can get a health bonus. We don't need it. We can get the crappy damage per second from it, or the status chance bonus, so we just don't need the heat one. Electric shield capacity. Moving on. Toxic does fixed percent damage on enemy, maybe helps. Toxin, fixed percent. I'm going to have to bring up the wiki on this one, aren't I? I am going to have to bring up the wiki because this game doesn't tell me what I need to know. Elemental Ward. Toxin section. Emits a noxious aura around Chroma, in this case in our ass. Increases reload speed, don't care. Weapon damage when holstering, don't care. Noxious fumes have a chance per second to deal 5% of an enemy's maximum health as toxin damage with a 100% status chance. Ah, okay. Yeah, we could just use Elemental Sandstorm with Raw. We could just use the Elemental Sandstorm. Because Raw, with the strength we are rocking on this thing, strength at the moment is running like nearly 300%, maybe more than 300%. We're increasing our damage pretty substantially there. That 5% of enemies max health per second. But chance base as well. That chance, does that scale with something? It scales with strength, so we could get that to guaranteed toxin damage, I suppose. Still 5% per. It doesn't scale the 5% whatsoever. And it's only a 5 meter radius. Alright, Blastman, you grab yourself some food. I'm not sure that Elemental Ward Toxin is really going to cut it. And I'm not sure it creates us anything new to consider. Peach, you interested with the Sandstorm build? Yeah, let's go back to that real quick. Is it Eclipse good on arrows for the damage reduction? I mean, just damage reduction does not make him interesting to me. If I want damage reduction, I'll run a better tank frame. I can run a frame that can tank and then do other things of interest. Like levels. My main. Because this is what I've got so far, which working with the Sandstorm build, working with the Raw here. We're on 343% strength, coming up to 403% when this is full stacked, making this deal damage per second of 2,000-ish base damage. And then we got 400% status chance. Then Raw applies for 120% increase, so this 2,000 has now become 4,400. Nourish Raw? I don't think Nourish benefits this. It gives you energy income. I'm fine. Energize does a lot of work. No, I actually can't see another way to make this work out. I genuinely do not see another way this works out. Importantly for the Sandstorm approach is the mecha set, in combination with the 2 mecha mods on a Kubro or Predacite, to then spread those status effects like crazy. Yeah. Maybe thermal transfer applied to the melee for blast? Thermal transfer on melee for blast. I mean, we could use not blast. We could use slash viral and cut them down. I can see the potential for blast. Honestly, I can, because you're kind of grouping them up in the storm, and then they explode, and explosions go everywhere and deal damage, theoretically. But it doesn't work as well with the mecha set, is my understanding. Mecha set doesn't like spreading out blast procs like that, whereas slash procs it's very happy to send out. But this isn't really suitable for a blast approach. What melee am I using? I actually have the Doorclave for min-maxing it, teeny tiny little bits of viral, and then dispatch overdrive, and the rest of the build doesn't matter. The rest of the build just doesn't exist. Because it doesn't function. It doesn't need to. This is entirely a stat stick to give us primarily slash with a little bit of viral. And when I say little, I mean like, you know, what's that? A quarter of the damage is viral? About that? It's about that. Yeah. Do I have a guide for Tricap? Nope. No. I dislike Eidolon hunts. Strongly dislike Eidolon hunts. If you want to learn how to do Eidolon hunts, I think the most objective guide I've seen is probably from someone like Nightmare Frame. A lot of people complain, oh, it doesn't have the easy build, it's all min-maxing. Well, yeah, that's Eidolons. If you don't push it to the point that they die instantly, then they're going to start doing their mumbo-jumbo, and it just makes everything horrible. And I hate the horrible stuff. So, if you really want to do Eidolons, yeah, check out Nightmare Frame, quite frankly. He's got that covered. Would rest and range with the damage vulnerability be better than raw? Honestly, don't see how it would, Ductile. I don't see how it would. So let's bring that up for you. Hey, Pep. I think we are having fun here, yep. So rest and range, you're suggesting to use the rage part of this. First of all, you have to constantly target enemies with it, whereas raw is target self. Actually, it's not even target, it's just benefit self and allies in range. Rage here, the damage vulnerability is 50%, so we'll be reaching 200% versus 120% from raw. Sounds good, until you remember that most of our damage is coming from status effects, whereupon raw is applied twice. So you have the 2.2 squared, we're doing 4.84 times damage, a 384% bonus, versus this giving us a 200% bonus. Yeah. Rage just works less. You're targeting limited enemies, have to constantly retarget the new ones, which means coming out of Sandstorm for it, and it's just going to be weaker. Base damage doesn't work on Sandstorm? Could you redefine what you mean by base damage, please? If you mean base damage mod on the stat stick, no. It only cares about elemental makeup. I covered this in the stat stick guide. Guys, damage is status based? Yeah, there we are then. That's why it works with the mecha set, because it is status based. Yeah, and lots of it too. With our status chance at 400%, if you imagine we apply, say, 3 slash procs and 1 viral proc per instance of damage on average, a slash proc has 35% of the damage caused by it, minus any other modifiers that aren't going to exist on ability. So that's 35% damage. 3 times over, that's 105% of the damage is slash proc. Basically, in that instance, that's half the damage output entirely is per second from the slash procs. That's insane. That scales well into status focus rather than direct damage, and that is massively in favour of Raw. Yeah. Would a Bane mod or melee elementalist apply to Sandstorm? No. That again is not elemental breakup or breakdown. Seriously, there is a reason why I say this is the modding on it. I'm not skimping out here. Nothing else applied to it is going to matter. This gives us a speed boost. This sets the weapon to slash viral with primarily slash secondary viral. That's it. All that Sandstorm cares about is, okay, what elemental balance am I using? And then all Inaros cares about is, oh hey, can I have more movement speed? Thanks. That's it. That's all that matters. Everything else on it, as I explained in my statistic guide, by the way, that wasn't out that long ago. Recheck it if you need to. Everything else doesn't matter to Inaros. This guy basically laughs at the idea of a stat stick. Would using Jagged Edge make it proc more slash? At the expense of viral. You want a balance. If you take out too much of the viral, you're not actually getting the viral multiplier to your slash is weaker. Does the ability proc melee arcanes? The ability is not melee, so consider it that way. Procking arcanes comes down to what are they procced by. If the proc is, did you cast ability? Yes, because it's an ability. If no, then no, because it's not procced by abilities. I don't know how better to explain that one. Add hell no. Alright. Let me type this for you. Arcanes are procced by what the arcane says it is procced by. Smiley face. Yeah. Like, that one is thankfully pretty simple in most of Warframe. Really. Thank you very much for gifting us up over to Alice Dunleavy. Alice here will no longer be suffering ads on the channel for the next month. Thank you very much for that, Miralay. But Alice, make sure you say thank you to Miralay for that. Cheers indeed. Just looking at the chat as well, I've realised that we are actually over time. Oopsies. This is definitely not the time to be over time. Not with everything that's got to go on tomorrow and for the next few days. So I think it's about time we do a Platinum giveaway. If you have not yet grabbed yourself a ticket for the Platinum giveaway, exclamation mark ticket in the chat for a chance to win it. This is for official wildcard. There you go. That is a 75 Platinum giveaway going out to anyone who grabs a ticket, or anyone who wins having grabbed a ticket. It's only one person. Only one person can claim it. It can be on PC, Xbox, Switch, PlayStation, or mobile. You don't even have to be a follower. Hell, you don't even have to be a Twitch staff, but there is a Twitch staff grabbing themselves a ticket. I see you there, Rodney. This goes out to absolutely anyone. One person will win it. It could be the first ever message you've sent on this channel. You could even be a non-follower. If you are not even following this channel and you are joining a giveaway, why? It's free to follow. It's not free to sub. That does cost money, or usually Twitch Prime. So I can understand if you choose not to do that. Not everyone's in a position to do so. That's valid. But if you're not even following, well, why are you even here if it's not worth following, eh? You didn't even notice the staff there? They do tend to slip in from time to time, don't they, Snake Raider? Well, except when we hit partner. That felt like a raid. That felt like... It almost felt like a bot moment, except for the fact that all of the supposed bots had staff member badges next to them. It was a very confusing moment on the stream. That was brilliant, but confusing. Anyway, I'll give you all just a moment to grab those tickets there, because I know there is a bit of a delay. So I'm saying melee elementalist and Canis Mandible benefit. No, official wildcard. At no point did I ever say that. How did you figure that me saying that melee elementalist doesn't work means it works? How? Where did I go wrong? What did I say wrong that got you to that conclusion? This is the build. This one right here. Specifically for the Doorclave, because it's pure slash, this is the build. I'm going to shake it some more to really, really make you feel a bit seasick. Oh my word, and speaking of something sick, ductile wheel of the 465 variety has just leveled up to the highest level one can bestow upon them. Ductile wheel 465. Enjoy your lovely new VIP badge. Woo! It's a while since someone saved up enough for that one there. 150,000 spanners. I don't want to do the math on how long it takes to get that many spanners on this channel here. Ductile. A well-earned badge right next to your name there. Love it. Mythic Spirit asking, why is 25% viral optimal? It's about 25% is the good spot. Basically, if you just run it out, you run out the numbers, you'll see where the amount of viral to slash ratio gives you the most damage output. It comes out to around about 1/4 viral. Around about. It is very much a up in the air kind of thing. At the end of the day, if you hit 10 viral procs instantly, then you don't need any more viral. And at that point you want more slash. And with this, theoretically, we could be hitting that viral much faster than we need to. But the only other change at this point would be to add on, as someone suggested, something like Jagged Edge or Buzzkill, which is even stronger. The risk with this, though, is taking too long to then apply the viral we need. At which point, we just kind of slapped ourselves in the face. So 25% is usually a good sweet spot, where you get the viral to apply, but you're mostly focused on applying the damage that the viral is boosting. It's usually a good spot in general. But I will admit, I've not gone into the absolute nitty-gritty frame-by-frame checking on enemies. Sandstorm makes that difficult to see perfectly where it goes. Just use higher ranked elemental mods then? Well, if we're increasing our viral... increasing our viral to offset the slash that we increased, you've basically turned on the AC whilst lighting a fire. Could I recommend not doing either of those things and just keep the ratio as it was? You're sticking the kettle on in the fridge, mate. You are blowing a fan into a wind turbine. But works if you don't have multiple copies of those mods unranked, you know. True, yes. See, there's a big if you didn't start with. You said just use higher ranked elemental mods, then no. Then one would take us to mean to what I was talking about. No? Yeah? You see how that no works? But now you're saying, oh, but it works if you don't have multiple copies of these mods. You forgot to mention that bit in your suggestion. Sure, if you don't have lower ranked viral mods and have to use the higher ranked ones only, then yes, you can offset it with a slash mod. And at that point, if you're using 60/60, it'll be 120 there, so you'd probably want about 300% slash would be nice to have. This would get you 210 plus the 100 base at 310. So if you had 60/60s, these two together would get you the ratio that feels about right to me. If you have to use 60/60s. But usually you don't. Chucksaurus saying, what if enemy are weak to other elements? Is viral rad or viral heat always worse than only using viral slash? Viral rad will not do damage over time, so that is a terrible choice for this setup. Viral heat is worth considering. Absolutely. Viral heat is worth considering. The thing with that is that viral heat, I don't think it picks up the heat bonus from your mods. It just has the heat weighting. So heat comes out at 50% to slash's 35%, but slash will bypass armor. So on balance there, it's not necessary to really go for the heat approach, but you can do. You absolutely can. You absolutely can. The other option on that is you could go viral electric. Electric, similar to heat, will do 50% of base damage over time rather than 35% of slash. Doesn't bypass armor, doesn't sunder armor, but then does have an AoE effect, which, considering you're scooping them up, that can get even crazier. So it depends on what your faction is, what you're fighting. Heat viral versus slash viral, you probably won't see a lot of benefit for a for an elemental sandstorm approach, but electric viral you could. The only problem is, again, make sure your weighting is appropriate. You might struggle to have a suitable weapon compared to the Doorclave, which is pure slash to start with. But don't use Rad, no. Even if you're up against the Murmur, don't use Rad. They are equally weak to radiation and electric. Why not use the electric then? Because that also does damage over time. Radiation doesn't. Yeah. If you go viral heat, what elemental weighting should you go for? I would say same again. Same again. Aim for about 25% viral. So 3 parts heat to 1 part viral. If you're in about that ballpark, you should be good. If you're going to aim for anything, aim for less viral rather than more. So if you end up on 20% viral or 15% viral, you should still be okay. Honestly, you probably find no real difference at that point. If you go down to 5% viral, then you're screwing yourself over. That ratio is completely out of whack. If you go up to 30, 35, hell, 40% viral, too much. Too much. About a 3-to-1 ratio should be in a good spot for you. Anyone else see Mirrorlave twice on the gift leaderboard? Oh, it sometimes does bug out. Twitch, like Warframe, isn't perfect. We like it, but it isn't perfect. Yeah. Yeah, radiation is the new blast. It has gone downhill, unfortunately. Right, we've delayed with a lot of questions there. Unfortunately, if you have more questions, you'll just need to catch me in the next live stream, which won't be on Wednesday because I am moving house. But for now, we're going to need to do the Platinum giveaway. So let's go to the entries on that. If you didn't already grab a ticket, you weren't paying attention earlier. That's how that works. You'll have to grab it on the next one as well. Quickly here from Nil Attack saying, "Hi, I was considering starting playing Warframe. Any advice what to do and what Warframe to start with?" Yes. Firstly, Solancy's just linked you a short, check that out. Secondly, Warframe to start with. Personally, I really like Volt as a starter Warframe. I really like him as a starter. He can give you speed, he has a great pair of damaging abilities, he has a damage enhancing ability, which also acts as a beautiful shield, which you can pick up freely. This shield will completely block enemy ranged attacks, while still allowing you to shoot through it with a buff. I mean, doesn't that just sound ridiculously powerful? And this is a Warframe which is used in some of the highest levels of content in the game as well. Or at least in some of the most intensive content to great effect. So personally, I would say Volt. But if you want to go for Sword, you can do. Or Mag. Mag is also good, but I prefer Volt. Yeah. Rhino is not a starter frame, Omniholic. Rhino is in fact not a starter frame. Stream Friday if all goes well. If all goes well, Mythic, I would like to. It depends primarily on my internet provider, which could be a bit touch and go here in the UK. We'll see how that runs, but let's see. Platinum giveaway, I promise this 5 times over now. Let's see, the winner is Konski Lad. Konski Lad, congratulations! I'll be sending you a Twitch DM shortly after the end of the stream. Get a hold of your Warframe username, platform, and your cross-save status. We can get that platinum sent on over to you there. Konski Lad, just to confirm that it's CONSKIELAD. Look forward to that. Make sure you do reply to that message within 24 hours to make sure you don't lose out. Chat. I know, I'm very sorry to say now, this is the part where we're going to have to wrap it up and raid on over to another part of the Warframe community. Who we can raid on over to today? Now that is the question, isn't it? Where can we raid today? I wonder if Sil or perhaps if Rodney has a suggestion for us. Let's see, where do we want to go? To whom would we want to go in the Warframe category? Oh, fair enough, Sil, fair enough, yeah. That happens. Hey, Kotsky, I see you there. I see you in the chat real quickly. Let me just quickly grab your name. Bingo bango. Quick whisper. Hi, smiley face. That didn't type. Hi. Nope, that's... Okay, it broke. Has everything broken? I'm not seeing... Okay, cool. Yeah, my Moderator page on Twitch just broke. Page unresponsive. Ah, okay, I'm just going to close that tab. Yeah, Konski Kid, I will send you a message, like I said, after the stream, because apparently my moderator page to send you the message just broke. Oops. Let's see, we've got Frontier here saying we can go to Zion Zeta, we can go to Perception, Gaz, some Baby Tenno in the category at the moment, some new faces, fair do. Yeah, let's go to Zion. Zion is always a fun one to go to. Zion is a very different creator from me. They take a very different approach to the world. And it is a wonderful one. So, their title is something else. Yeah, we'll see how that goes, won't we? Alright, let's get the raid happening. Konski just whispered me. Perfect, thank you. I will get to replying to you on that in just a moment. Alright. The raid is active. We're going to be heading on over to Zion Zeta. Everyone be on your absolute best selves. Show what's great about this community. If you have them, use that Sneckrator boat as part of the raid. They always love to see it there. And I always love to see it too. But that is all from me. I will see you in the next one. As and when I've completed my move, I'll be streaming from an entirely new house, new city. Until then, be your absolute best selves. Bye-bye.